wanna reach the palm and show ya. I wanna be the best, yeah. I wanna be the best, sweet. I wanna be the best, sunshine on the beach. I wanna reach the palm tree, hanging in the hammock by the sea, yeah. By the sea, yeah. I wanna reach the palm sugar. I wanna be the best sugar. I wanna be the sugar. I wanna be the best sugar. I wanna be the best sweet. I wanna be the best sunshine on a beach. I wanna reach the palm tree, hanging in the hammock by the sea, hanging in the hammock by the sea. I wanna reach the palm sugar. I wanna be the best sugar. I wanna be the best sweet. I wanna be the best sunshine on a beach. I wanna reach the palm tree, hanging in the hammock by the sea, yeah. By the sea, yeah. I wanna reach the palm sugar. I wanna be the best sugar. I wanna be the best sweet. I wanna be the best sunshine on a beach. I wanna reach the palm tree, hanging in the hammock by the sea, hanging in the hammock by the sea. I wanna reach the palm sugar. I wanna be the best sugar. I wanna be the best sweet. I wanna be the best sunshine on a beach. I wanna reach the palm tree, hanging in the hammock by the sea, yeah. By the sea, yeah. I wanna reach the palm tree.
And that's how it went down. Happy Halloween weekend, people. Happy Halloween weekend. I hope everybody's having a fantastic, fun Halloween weekend. Halloween is upon us. I think it's in a couple of days. I think it's Tuesday night, right? Where everybody goes and trick or treats. I was gonna say BBQ. I was gonna say BBQ. So I've been chilling. I did a cook today. I didn't film it. I actually, the cook that I did today was a TikTok. I did a TikTok. I don't know if you guys follow me on TikTok. As a matter of fact, I posted it on my Instagram as well. I did some burgers. Wifey and the daughter were craving some burgers, and I didn't want to film it. So I didn't want to do like a long form. So I just did a short with it, just played with it a little bit. And, I've been on Instagram pretty much all day today, Instagram and TikTok. And I forgot how much I liked actually being on Instagram. So that's actually what I've been having, what I've been going on. Give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me before I continue. Can you guys hear me okay? Can you guys hear me okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hear me okay? Okay, right on. Smokey Rib just confirmed that he could hear me fine. By the way, hey, welcome Smokey Rib to the show. I'll get into this chat here in a few. But yes, it is Halloween weekend. I know you guys are probably out there hosting Halloween parties, just having just a fantastic time out there with friends and family, cooking up a storm, eating some deliciousness, drinking some deliciousness, and that's kind of what we got going on tonight, guys. Brought to you by Polliner, the best beer on the planet. I'm rocking the Oktoberfest Marsen tonight, and we are going in deep, guys. Let's get it. When I pour my Oktoberfest, guys, I like to pour a big head on it. It's all about that big head on that Oktoberfest for me. Some people out there might think it different, but when I pour my Oktoberfest, it's got to look like this. It's got to look like that. And then I'll just let it chill for a couple of minutes before I actually take my first swig. In the meantime, I'll sip on something different. But guys, I don't know how many people out there participated in the hashtag BBQ special, second annual Halloween inspired cook, spooktacular, known as hashtag BBQ. I think there's a handful of us that dropped some videos. There's Alien BBQ. No, I'm sorry. UFO BBQ. I know that JD's BBQ and Bourbon dropped one, which was awesome. I loved it, man. And it's so funny because we all used a voice box. I thought that was so freaking cool. A real life perspective show dropped the video. I dropped the video. They were all scheduled to drop 8 a.m. this morning. Brian dropped one. The Bearded Italian, he dropped one. He did some pumpkin seeds. So there's a lot of fun out there, guys. So I don't know though, because I went back to search for all the hashtag BBQ cooks in the YouTube search browser, and it was it's kind of weird. I guess for next year I'm gonna have to change up the tag a little bit because there's quite a bit of boobies that pop up, like the first 20 videos, in the list. But if you go and you type hashtag BBQ in Google, you'll get some hits on some videos. You'll get some hits on some videos on Google. I don't know what it is, though. I mean, it's kind of strange. At least for me, I don't know what I did wrong, but they're a lot of fun. There's some fun videos out there, and yeah, I had a good time filming that one, and it was kind of fun. So thank you all for whoever watched it, and hope to get more people to do it and participate in it next year. Last year we had quite a bit. I don't know what happened though, because all the videos disappeared. I couldn't find them. I had to manually go in there and search for the people that participated last year, and then I noticed that the tags were no longer there. So for one reason or another, the tags were removed on those videos from last year to this year. But anyway, I'm going to continue to host the hashtag BBQ Spectacular on Halloween. And this was the second year, and it was a lot of fun. And there's some funny videos out there. So I highly recommend you guys go out and watch them. My buddy Sean, Real Life Perspective Show, he did one, and it was funny, man. He just didn't he did a video just like me, it was funny. You guys just got to go and watch it. It's just a lot of fun. With that, salute, guys, salute. I don't know what you guys' Halloween plans are. I would think that y'all's plans would be tonight. I don't know what's going on over there right now, right? I don't know what's going on in there right now, but I do know this. There's going to be some things happening up there, if they're not already happening. So I may or may not go out there and host. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see. So now here we go, guys. Now we can drink it. Best Oktoberfest beer on the planet. Polliner Oktoberfest. Marsan. Oh man, that's so good. So good. Yeah. So yeah, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys saw the reel that I dropped. That's what I cooked today. It started as a TikTok, and then I posted it on my Instagram story as well. Go check it out. Burgers came out fantastic. Really good eating. As a matter of fact, after I get off the live tonight, I'm going to go in there and have a second one because I like burgers. I love to eat burgers. And talking about dad, I use a special binder on those burgers. And talking about dad, we cooked them up hot and fast. So I don't know who I have here just yet. Not in the chat just yet. But you guys missed out on a fun live last night at the Real Live Perspective show. He was hosting his Halloween Friday night live on his channel. It was a costume kind of get down. It was a costume throwdown. There was a creepy clown. There was a meat stick. There was a crazy drunken panda. I don't know what that's about, but it was a good time. It was a really good time. Lots of fun, exciting things happening behind the scenes with Real Life Perspective show and myself. I hope that you guys continue to follow me. If not, it's all good. And we'll continue to drop and post all these fun activities that are coming. They're coming soon. Possibly to a theater near you. I don't know who he's at. He's probably going to jump in tonight, but I don't know. I know he had some plans tonight, guys. Oh my goodness. Hang on. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I got, man. It was a crazy work week. Really busy last couple of days. I was not expecting it to be as busy as it was. But man, that was a good thing. You know, that was definitely a good thing. I got a lot done. Very productive week last week as far as on the work front. As a matter of fact, today was very productive. I had to wake up at 4 a.m. My son had to be at the high school at 5 a.m. They had a big competition in San Antonio today. The marching bands, BOA, Bands of America. That's when all the marching bands, they do it every 4 years, when all the marching bands from the U.S. meet in San Antonio, Texas, and they have a throwdown. And competition's pretty hardcore when it comes to the marching game in Central Texas alone. So we didn't know how that was going to go down, but I did get notification about an hour ago that my boy's high school made final. So they're actually gonna perform their final, and I've got another window here that I'll be watching, but they'll be performing their final at 7:45 Central. So we'll see how that goes. How that affects me. That means he's not going to be at the high school ready to be picked up until about, I don't know, like 2 a.m. ish. So this is one of the things, man. I mean, but that's what we do. We live for them. I used to live for myself, but now, I have children. And so Well, that's the last one that I have in school. Well, high school. That's my youngest one. But I have MP. I have one that's currently going to college in Montana. My daughter is in the dental field. She will be a hygienist, and my son, my one that's in the band right now, he is going to be a chef. That's my little cooking buddy right there. Lots of behind the scenes stuff that he's involved in. Next year, he's a freshman in high school this year, so next year he's going to be in the culinary program that they offer here. And so it's a legit joint. I mean, guys, let me tell you, this is no bullshit. Like, they didn't offer that kind of stuff when I was in high school. When I was in high school, it was either football or PE. That was it. Like, nowadays, they've got, like, all kinds of different trades. Like, if you, like, in Leander, we have 7 different high schools. And so, like, if you wanted to take welding, for example, that would be at another campus, right? That would be at a different campus. But, you know, they do the transportation for your kid to go and, you know, do that for that period. If they wanted to do culinary, they got to come over here to my son's high school. If they wanted to do a mechanic shop, it would be Rouse High School over there. They would have to commute there. I mean, it's really cool the way they have these trades set up at all these different high schools. I kind of wish they had something like that back in the day, you know. But, you know, times are changing, and it's a lot easier for them. And I'm not complaining. So, getting back into the culinary program, they have it like this, guys. It's like a lecture hall, right? Picture this huge lecture hall, and it's just, you know, filled with seats and stuff like that. And so, like, they got to go through the safety courses on how they're not going to cut themselves and all this and that. But when it comes down to the actual kitchen, like, oh, okay, we're going to start cooking. Guys, check this out. They've got kitchen, like, stove packages. I don't know what you want to call them. But they drop out of the ceiling and onto the floor. And bam, there's your workstation. Bam, there's your workstation. Bam, there's your workstation. Like, what? What? It's insane, man. They got it going on. They really, really do. And the cool thing about it is they have BBQ competitions. Like 5 years back, we won first in brisket. And that's why I was trying to get CJ Yak from Mom and Papa Joe's to come up here and host like a teaching class, right? Because they invite like BBQ comp, you know, people to come up there and teach the kids and actually go out there and help them cook and kind of coach them on the spot, you know. But, you know, CJ's in San Antonio and I'm up here in Leander. We're like 2.5 hours away. So I don't know if that would have been something that he would have been interested in doing. But I remember pitching it to him at one point. But, man, I can't wait till it comes down to that. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. No, I can't do any of this. But it's still going to be a lot of fun. With that being said, guys, I'm going to just go ahead and cut in line and paste my StreamYard chat. If anybody wants to jump on and come hang out with me and on the panel and just kind of chill, it's Halloween. Like I said, it's Halloween weekend. You know, I plan on hanging out for an hour and a half, 2 tops, and just, you know, we're gonna be. So over here, guys. So check this out. So now my camera follows me. You see that? So like it follows me. So right here, this dark stuff that you see, those are shirts, and I had to undo them from the package. So I plan on giving these away tonight, guys. I plan on giving these away tonight. So I don't know, like, if anybody, you know, wants to hang out long enough to do that, or if we're gonna end up doing that, or maybe maybe we run out of time and I just randomly select some people to send them to. I might do that too. But the plan was we were gonna run some bingo for them. If anybody wants to play some bingo, drop some sevens in the chat. Some virtual bingo. But there's the link, guys. If anybody wants to come up and hang out, and I'm telling you, man, it's just super crazy weekend. Bearded Italian is first in place. What is going on? I just watched the video right before I went live. I thought it was really cool. I love pumpkin seeds. I did a pumpkin seed video last year, I think. I think it was last year. But man, I love pumpkin seeds. I haven't done them this year. I haven't done them. I went to my local grocery store, which is known as HEB, this morning, and to get the burger stuff and all this and that. And I was gonna get some pumpkins, and so I could carve some yak-o'-lanterns. Yeah, some yak-o'-lanterns. I was gonna carve some yak-o'-lanterns. Well, what happened was I looked at the side of that crate that was outside, and I thought, "Oh my god, dude, these freaking pumpkins are priced at $8. When the hell did that happen? They used to be like $1 or $2." And I'm not shitting you. Like, I don't know what the hell happened with the pumpkin prices. I'm like, I'm not gonna pay that, because all we're gonna do is paint them and carve them and then just toss them in a week or two. You know what I mean? So that's the whole plan behind that. But the moose is in the house, guys. JD BBQ and Bourbon did an awesome hashtag BBQ video. Go check him out. JD, type Trumpet in the chat so everybody can go and check out your video. Bearded Italian, do the same thing. Type Trumpet in the chat so people can click on there and go and see your hashtag BBQ video. They were a lot of fun. I've got Ross in the chat. What is going on, Ross?
What's up?
What is going on, Mr. Ross?
I haven't done my hair today, but y'all just have to deal with it.
Man, I honestly just did my hair like an hour before I went live. What did you do there, Ross?
Just like that, man. Oh crap!
No.
That one don't work too well for some reason. Let's see. Let me back up a little bit.
No. So if you want rain, it's got to be 2 thumbs down.
Yeah.
Like this. Hold on. See that? But if you want the thumbs down, it's just 1 thumb.
Right. I can't. This is only one.
It must be reading like one of your thumbs.
There it goes. Then.
So in the basement, guys, I have a new follower that has been putting out great content. I enjoy watching when he puts out. And it's like him and UFO BBQ came up on the set around the same time. They had about the same amount of subscribers at the same time. And, it's kind of cool. I don't know, man. I think they live close to each other. I could be wrong, but I know that the one that I'm about to bring up right now is from Indiana. Yeah, I'm talking about Mr. JD's BBQ and Bourbon. Welcome to your first ever live stream, Trumpetmaster77 show, BBQ.
Oh.
Salute.
Salute.
How's it going, man?
It's great.
You doing all right?
Yeah, the dog just fell off the couch, so of course.
Oh, okay. So how's the weather in your neck of the woods, man? Are you guys dealing with any cold stuff yet?
It's cold, but not snowing, so we're good.
Oh, it's not snowing yet. Okay, I see. Russ, man, so how's it going, buddy? Any interesting cooks this week other than that other video that you dropped earlier?
No, I did that steak video earlier this week. Yeah. Tomorrow I'm doing a review on a new smoker from Pro Smoker, and then I got to turn right around and do a video on that little dry age machine too that they sent, dry ager.
Are you gonna put a steak in there?
My next cook video will be not this coming week, but the following week. We're gonna do a spatchcock turkey on my Pits and Spits flat top grill.
Nice. Man, that's the only way I cook my turkeys, man. I'm a big fan of the spatchcock turkey game. I enjoy cooking my turkeys, my chickens. I think that's my favorite way to cook them. I mean, it cuts the time in half as far as the cook time, and man, it just gives a great product. You know, deliciousness, spatchcock, deliciousness.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Let me. I got this thing. The only thing you got to put together is there's a crate that you have to put together that elevates it up higher. Rolls really good. It's got some nice wheels on it. Let me share my screen. I'll show you that.
Yeah. That thing sits pretty tall too. That's like 4.5 feet tall, right?
It's right at 5 foot.
Does it come up to your chest, kind of?
It comes up to here on me, which I'm short, but that's it right there.
Yeah.
Now
beautiful.
They do have a cheaper model, but there's not a lot of difference. The cheaper model does not have the cart. It doesn't have the side table. It's got the same controller, I think. I'm not positive, but this is a 2-door. That bottom one will give you access to the sawdust pan. This thing's designed primarily for sausage, beef jerky, snack sticks, bacon, things of that nature. But now it will go up to 300 degrees instead of 250 like the PK100. So you could actually do some poultry in this. I like to run mine a little higher than that, but I'm not going to use it for barbecue. I'm going to use it strictly for, the other things. I plan on doing one sausage, beef sticks. I'm going to do like a honey habanero beef stick. And then I'm going to do like a Thai chili and teriyaki, probably beef jerky. Then I'm going to do some Texas hot guts. All those are going to happen between now and probably December on this smoker. Then I don't know what I'll do next, but
nice.
Let me get
I love that smoker, man. I love that smoker.
Oh, it's nice.
I'm hoping that PS season and sending me one too.
Yeah, they don't want us to say PS season. They want us
pro smoker.
Yeah, PS season is really. They came way later after Pro Smoker. They were a smoker company way before they were a seasoning company.
Way before PS seasoning had anything to do with it.
So they want us, if we talk about PS seasoning, to say sister company.
Nice.
They're two separate identities or two entities.
Yeah. JD, do you have any interesting cooks coming up, man? You got Thanksgiving coming up. I mean, what are you planning on doing on that beautiful offset smoker of yours, man? I love that thing. I wanted to get myself one of them for a long time.
More of a holiday
workforce
specialization coming up.
What's your channel?
Eggnog, some holiday drinks, yeah.
What is your channel, JD?
JD's Barbecue and Bourbon.
JD's Barbecue and Bourbon.
Yeah, it's JD's BBQ and Bourbon.
All right, I'm gonna look it up on my other computer.
Yeah, he's got great. I've seen some of his sausage recipes. I've seen a lot of his cooks that he does. He knows what he's doing. He's not a novice. I think he just finally decided to just film the stuff and put it out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty much.
He does a lot of open fire stuff. Even when he does his pellet cooks, he's got the damn cooker filled with like splits, like wood splits.
Okay.
And so the heat goes around the wood.
What kind of offset is that?
I think that it's kind of cool.
Workhorse 1975.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll check it out later.
Yeah.
I just subbed your channel, by the way.
Yeah, JD is the man. JD, I think you know who Russ is. Russ has been in the game for 15 years.
A little over 11.
He's out of Mississippi, Missippi.
Yep.
And he's everybody's grandpa in the BBQ community. You know what I mean? He's the man. Yeah. He's been around for a very long time.
Last weekend.
Yeah. But I've got somebody else in the basement here, guys. Coming up from the Northeast. I don't want to call it city, but man, it's hard not to. Out of New York City, but I'll be.
New York City.
They call it upstate New York, I think. Mr. Rusty and Lamb, what is going on, Mr. Rusty and Lamb?
What's up, Rusty?
I moved this back a little bit. Hey, how's it going? Upstate New York, just south of Albany. Definitely not New York City up here.
It's supposed to be real pretty country up that way, man.
Yeah, definitely is.
Heck yeah. How you doing, man?
Good. Just getting ready to show up a high round for both teams. Maybe we'll make a video out of it, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Very nice, man. Very nice. Guys, I got to step out for a minute. I will be right back. Give me 2 minutes.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of meat I'm going to use for that beef jerky video yet. Probably going to get another, I don't know, that's a lot of meat, though. Bottom round, I was talking about, maybe getting another bottom round. That's a lot of meat. I don't want to make that much, but we'll see.
Yeah, I had some leftover brisket. I did a jerky out of that. I just gave most of it away because I couldn't eat it all.
Yeah, the one and only jerky video I got on my channel I did with a brisket flat a couple of years ago. And it turned out pretty good, actually. It never did get real popular. Man, Jeff Rice with Dead Broke Barbecue, he's got a jerky video that's a couple of years old, and it just all of a sudden took off. He's already got over 150,000 views on that video. Quick. I mean, it was way down there. Like, I don't know what he had, probably 30,000, something like that. It went from that to that, like in weeks, It's got him wanting to make videos again.
Yeah, I normally either buy a whole eye round for jerky, or sometimes you get like a London broil, so there's a piece of top round or bottom round.
Yeah, that's true. London broil is cut from those normally. That's right.
Yeah, or you just pick up London broil steak and you just slice it up quick. And you don't have to use that much meat then. As you say, you buy a whole roast after that.
Yeah, I've got one of them little hand crank jerky slicers. London broil would be perfect for that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's awesome. JD, by the way, I like your new logo. That thing's awesome.
Yeah, I was procrastinating on making that video for this morning and just doing logos instead.
Oh. Well, I think you did a good job, man. That's a nice logo. It's an awesome logo. Rusty, so what are you cooking tonight, buddy? What do you got going on?
We just did a quick dinner tonight, but for lunch I had the in-laws over, and if you're on my Instagram, they brought some moose steaks from Canada.
Yeah,
I gave those a real quick marinade because that was all the time I had. We threw them over some charcoal and seared them up quick. And boy, I tell you, I'm not normally a big fan of game meat, but that moose was good. I mean, it had the kind of sweet flavor with no game in it.
Yeah, you cooked it really nice looking too. And I was going to respond to your story when you put up there. And I was like, man, I wish I could try some moose, but we ain't got no meese in Texas.
I did a video one time, and I cannot pronounce the name of the video because it was kind of invented or developed over in Sweden. And this guy kept hounding me to do this video. I said, I don't have no moose meat. He goes, you can use beef. I said, okay, I'll do it beef. And I said that in the video. I said, this is supposed to be done with moose, but I ain't seen a moose in my neighborhood yet, so.
Yeah. Well, he got no moose down this way. Not in these parts. If I see a moose, it's going to be in some kind of like sanctuary down here or something, some kind of zoo.
I would like to try some meat like that. There's no way for me to get my hands on it unless I could find an online source for it, maybe.
I have a buddy up in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and he'd been trying to send me some bear meat for the longest time because he was going to make some bear sausage, and he's talking about when they kill moose up there, like they can it, and canned moose is apparently like the best thing on the planet to eat, canned moose. And they put it in these huge jars, like they'll kill a moose and that's all the meat that they eat for the entire year. I mean, it's crazy, man. Out in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada,
I tell you
it's
what,
very nippy.
I imagine there was quite a few pounds of meat on a moose, man. Them things are huge.
I would imagine. I think they're 700-800 pounds or so. I think, you know.
Yeah, man, they're enormous.
Yeah, they're massive, man. I think it's 1,000 pounds or more. Them things are huge. I mean, they dwarf cattle. You know.
Oh yeah.
Them things are massive.
Yeah, I think these steaks I had were just from some kind of round, you know, but they were still tender. I could feel them when I was probing them with the thermometer that they were going to be tender.
Yeah.
I was shocked how tender they were.
Yeah, they definitely look delicious. One day I'll try to eat, some moose cooked in that style, but it's not anytime soon. That's just how it is down here in Texas. But
yeah, I don't think I've ever. I mean, I don't know a lot about moose, but every time I see them on TV or whatever, they just kind of walking around. They're not running or anything like a deer.
Yeah.
They probably do have really tender meat because they're so slow and
Yeah.
But there again, they could run like
a
horse. I'm sorry.
Yeah. They can run like a horse. JD, have you ever cooked anything exotic like that, man?
Lamb for a couple people, but that's about it. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay. Good old lamb.
That's every day around here. That's my daughter's favorite. My daughter's favorite is rack of lamb.
About all we've done down here as far as that kind of animal would be white-tailed deer,
Yeah. That's about the same over here. And wild hogs, because they're wild.
Oh, yeah, wild hogs. I've done those.
That's pretty much it. Unless, you want to go and do one of those exotic hunts down here in South Texas. Get you like a nilgai or something like that,
I'd say in Texas, they got all those wild game farms, but I don't think moose would make it down there. Too hot.
Yeah.
You probably go catch a zebra or a tiger or whatever, but not a...
Now, I have had antelope that I made it was ground antelope a few years ago to make that chili with it. Derek, his neighbor gave him, I don't know, about 10 pounds, that this guy processed and gave him this meat. It was good in a chili. And then
check out that trim. Yeah.
Years ago, my uncle gave me some elk and it was good, but that's about all I've had outside of venison,
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Yeah, that's awesome. Rusty, so what are you going to be doing with that slab of meat that you're working on right there, that roast?
We're going to season it up, and then tomorrow I'm going to cook it nice and slow and make some deli-style roast beef.
There you go.
I've seen
the way he makes
his roast. I've seen the way he makes his roast beef. Oh, man, it's fantastic, man. And Russ, I've picked up so many, pro tips from Rusty Lamb. I'm telling you, here's one, for example. And it's just a pro tip. It just really is. He does a lot of bacon. He does his own bacon a lot, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it's just a big slab of freaking bacon. But he's got a small slicer. So you would think like me or like anybody else would probably think, oh, I got to cut this big ass slab of pork belly in 3. That way I can make small slices. He folds it in half and slices it.
Yeah.
That's a big pro tip that I'm like, man, that's genius, man.
I used to have a little small, I had a little small $80 Academy Sports slicer, was the first one I ever had. And I would kind of put it on that tray and let it go up like that. And then I would just kind of feed it. But that folding is a whole lot better option. I've got a 10-inch slicer now, and it too isn't really big enough to handle a whole strip of bacon. You got
that's what size mine is. 10-inch. It's not that small, but when you deal with the whole pork belly,
right. That first one I had was 8-inch, and I had to upgrade. It just wasn't cutting it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just little tips like that, like, well, hell yeah, that's awesome.
I got to get all my equipment back over here when I go over there to shoot that turkey. It's all over there at my son's house, because that's primarily where I've been shooting videos. But now he's full-time diesel mechanic, and you know, I mean, we're able to shoot some, but it's kind of a pain because I got to wait for him to get off. It's late in the afternoon, and it's just like I still got to shoot there because I've got a lot of smokers over there, like my old hickory and my offset and all that's over there at his house.
Yeah.
And it's just so much easier when he's the camera guy, you know, running 3 cameras for me. And but I do got to get all my sausage making stuff back over here. I got to get that jerky, everything I'm gonna need in the next few weeks. I got to get back over here. I'll be doing that here.
Yeah, I just did another video for sausage. It was 10 pounds of sausage that I made. It won't drop until December. Like, it's in line. But yeah, I just finished that video last weekend.
I'll tell you what,
came out great. Sausage came out fantastic.
Sausage videos, jerky, beef steak, all that. And it might not do it this year, but by the time next year rolls around, that's when you start seeing the numbers on those kind of videos, because right now is the time people are watching them. You know, hunting season's already here. You know.
Yeah, man. I'm waiting for a deer. You know, I got to get some venison this year, man. I've got so many plans for sausage. JD has got some fantastic sausage recipes. I mean, he makes it look easy. He's got great equipment. JD, where do you get these recipes, or are these something that you come up out of yourself, or how do you come up with that? Check out that.
Someone at work will ask me, "Will this turn into a sausage?" I'm like, I don't know. I'll check it out for you.
So JD's a professional sausage maker. I'll say that. He really does some great things with sausages. Rusty does as well. I've seen Rusty's sausage. Well, his sausage making skills. And Rust, I've seen yours as well.
I don't have a ton of them. I might have 10 sausage videos total on my channel, but I'm fixing to add to that. But I've got, man, I wish I had Jeff Rice's stuffer. He's got an electric stuffer.
I saw it. When he first got it, I saw that.
Yeah, I don't need it for regular sausage. Mine does fine, but man, them beef sticks will kill you.
Yeah,
trying to stuff them bad boys.
I want to get that pop gun that makes those sausage sticks. You know, the
gun. The beef jerky.
I want to get one of them. You know.
Yeah.
But
I've never done that.
Sometimes, like when I was making this last batch of sausage, I was thinking, man, an electric foot pedal would be so nice right now, because I've never stuffed the casing with 2 hands. You know, I've never stuffed the casing with 2 hands. It's just like I'm over here cranking, and I'm just like this, just real slow. I'll back it up, slow, back it up.
Yeah, that works fine, but them beef sticks is such a small diameter.
Yeah,
I mean, you really got to put some strength into that to turn
Shoot it out of there. Yeah.
And that electric smoker, I watched Brian Ducharme do some down here with Jack's Drinkwater one day. Man, it was shooting out of there. I'm like, holy crap, I need that. I mean, it was nothing to it, man. It's like, gracious.
I would like to try to make some of those sausage sticks, but you know, then I'm going to have to start dabbling into the curing salt, you know, because again, this last batch of sausage that I made, I didn't do any curing. I didn't use any curing salt, and I did smoke it at 200 degrees. What's that?
What's that?
Don't fear the curing salt. Makes everything more delicious.
Yeah.
You know, it changes the texture. You get that nice, you know, ham-like, or you know, that little bit more chewy texture. It just, you know, I don't know. To me, if you're going to smoke a sausage, it should have curing salt in it. Just I like the texture with smoke. If you're making Italian sausage, then you don't add it, you know. But if you're going for anything smoked, man, it's so good to smoke sausage.
And that's the thing about beef sticks. If you're using collagen casings, you've got to start real low and go in increments until you finally reach that target temp of about 155. I'm putting some encapsulated citrus acid in this. I've just ordered it last night, and you got to get up to 150 before them little capsules bust open and gives it that sour taste, you know, like authentic beef sticks. So, but you got to do it up slowly, otherwise you're going to overcook the outside before the inside is done, and you're going to rupture or more likely split that casing. Now, if you did it with lamb casings, you probably wouldn't have to do it as gentle you could probably, I would still stage it out, but it wouldn't be as critical. But yeah, man, I might borrow Brian. He asked me that not long ago. I was sitting there looking at it. Man, there's your stuff. He goes, yeah, you need to borrow it. He said, I don't use it no more. All his stuff is done through a USDA facility now. And I said, I hate borrowing stuff, you know. Sure as I borrow it, something happened to it, you know. But I think I'm gonna hand crank it just like I did before. I do have rubber feet on my stuffer, but I might still have to get the wife in there to kind of hold it for me, or get a C clamp or something, because I already know how hard it's going to be before I even do it.
Everything I got has 3 C clamps on it.
I got just a small, 5-pound stuffer, but it came with a couple C clamps. I couldn't imagine stuffing sausage without having a clamp.
Yeah,
you can't clamp that thing down. You're going to be chasing over the table.
Right.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I've got 15.
Regular sausage, them suction cups are like that big around, 4 of them, and it don't never break the suction. It'll handle it all day long, you know. But with these beef sticks, I'm probably going to have to get a clamp, maybe one of them big bar clamps or something.
Just a pair of 1-year-old vice grip welding clamps.
Yeah. There you go. I'll figure it out. That's still a few weeks off.
You know, honestly, like I've got those 2 big C clamps for my 15-pound sausage stuffer. It's a 15-pound sausage stuffer, and I'm sitting there thinking, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, man, it wouldn't be any issue just to drill holes through this freaking table and throw some nuts and bolts through it, and just really mount it whenever I really need to use it. But at the same time, it's like I don't see any, like, the C clamps that I have work great. I mean, I don't see any need for drilling any holes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Clamps work good. Hey, I'm gonna grab some more meat. I'm gonna be right back. I got some ribs I gotta cook them up too while I'm out here. So.
All right.
You go right here, Russ. Check out this question here from Price Action Trading Max.
Hey guys, looking for entry-level smoke or something I can make steaks on? Was thinking Green Mountain Grill. I would say if it's entry-level, just steaks, Weber kettle, all day long.
Yep,
all day long. Who's handing out ribs for Halloween?
Not me.
I have a guy that's over here in the corner. He actually grills hot dogs for the adults. Like he's grilling hot dogs out there on Halloween night, And he gives out hot dogs.
That's pretty cool. I seen a meme on.
It's one of those old school horizontal barrel mounted, smoker things.
I seen a meme on Facebook, and they had a big old pot of boiled blue crabs, or steamed, whatever. And they said, "Take 1 crab only, please." It was for Halloween. That's hilarious. We live down here where blue crabs are very prevalent, so I thought it was funny.
JD, so you had a buddy order 2 pork butts?
It's buckboard bacon is what everyone else calls it, but it's made out of pork butt, so I just call it butt bacon.
Mm-hmm.
Gave some to a friend. He ordered 2 of them, so I just have been doing that for the past week.
Nice, man.
I've been tempted to try that myself, that buckboard bacon, but I never have. And Canadian bacon, which is not made in Canada.
So let me ask you this. It's bacon made out of a pork butt?
Yep.
Do it exactly the same, but the texture to me is slightly off-putting. Because it's not as tender as bacon. It has a bite to it.
Right.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know you could do that. I've never even heard of that.
You're just curing it just like you would regular pork belly, and you can do a pork loin the same way. Then you got and slice it real thin. Now you got Canadian bacon. You can cure any part of the pig, really.
Nice.
It's just too lean for me doing that. I don't know. I've done Canadian bacon once, but it's lean. I'd rather just call it ham and slice it maybe, I guess.
Yeah.
What about buckhorn bacon? Anybody tried buckhorn bacon?
Do what?
I'm texting my wife.
Buckhorn bacon. Anybody tried that? Made out of pork butt?
That's what he was just talking about. Yeah, that's what JD.
Oh, that's right. He made one, right? Was that? I remember seeing one.
Yeah, I've never done it. I've heard of it years ago, but I've just never tried it. Ooh, man, what you got there? Ribs.
8 racks of whole ribs.
Holy smokes!
Oh my goodness!
You're gonna trim those down, right?
No, I'm not trimming them. Not at all.
That was a joke, by the way.
I'm going to trim as little as possible.
Yeah, Rusty never wastes anything on the protein. Like, it's very rare.
These actually, I'm not even eating any of these. I manage a farm. And I got a bunch of Jamaican guys, and I'm selling to them while they're here. They like them, so. And
heck yeah,
they eat everything, so we're not going to trim anything off, to be honest.
That's like my son. That's like my son Derek. He does the whole spare ribs, and I usually come to St. Louis, but I cook the rib tips and whatever I trim off. I still put that on the smoker too. None of it goes to waste. It's just
cook it down.
I like the way St. Louis eats, without all that cartilage and stuff.
When I cook them for myself, I like them whole, but I'll trim off I'll pull the membranes and trim them up pretty decent. But I definitely like the rib tips still on them.
Oh yeah, I love rib tips.
My rib tips is my favorite part, to be honest.
Heck yeah.
Got all that delicious gristle that you got to chew around and crunch on.
Yeah.
Rusty Lamb, check out the
nice.
He is got, yeah.
This is actually the best part of the rib, but you got to cut it off right there, the diaphragm.
Yeah.
The diaphragm.
Roll that up. Ooh, that's good.
I told somebody on a video one time, I said, yeah, we're going to remove this. I said, it's part of the diaphragm. And they come back in and argue, that ain't part of the diaphragm. I said, you need to do your research before you come.
Outside scoop steak.
Yeah.
It was actually 6. Buddy Biggs Adventures in the house, guys. If you don't follow Buddy Biggs, follow him. He's in the Northeast. He's right outside of where Rusty Lamb's at, right out in that area. But he does he goes fishing all the time. He goes metal detector hunting. I mean, he does really cool stuff, man. A really cool guy, man. Buddy Biggs. And I'm telling you, it's one of the guys that I know that can chug a beer in less than 2 seconds. I mean, it's gone. It's gone. I'm like, wow, dude. Wow.
I shotgunned a beer one time and it made me want to puke. It was just too fast. And
Good luck on that. I used to be good at it, but
I slip on mine anyway. Nowadays.
Rusty, you having a party tomorrow, buddy? You having a party tomorrow? Look at those spares, man.
Man, those are nice.
They're all sold. I sold every one of these. I'll fill up the Lone Star grills and bring them to the farm.
You're going to cook them and you're selling them already cooked and smoked, right? Okay.
They're sold already.
Nice. That's the way to do it.
Rusty,
guys like them and I like cooking them, so it works out,
Last time you were on my live, I was talking about Rusty Lamb, and he's got that Lone Star mini cabinet smoker on his upper deck.
Yeah, that's like
Where is
Is
it?
that when you're cooking them on, Rusty?
Yeah, that's it. There it is, right there. Yeah.
You should have seen the guy bringing it up here for me.
I regret getting rid of mine so bad, man. Out of all the pits I've sold, that's the only one I regret getting rid of. I shouldn't have done it.
That's what I was going to say, man. Like, I wish I'd like to have one of those mini smokers. And do they even sell them anymore?
I'm sure they do. I could tell you real quick. Well, let me do it on my computer. They got some new stuff coming out, but I'm not interested in either one of them because I'm just not crazy over pellet grills, man. I mean, I own one of their pellet grills, but is at my youngest son's house.
I've got too many pellet grills.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just
way too many.
Yeah, I got a Z-grill here behind you, but I don't use it enough to say so. So I don't know if it's going to stay up here, or I guess if somebody else wants to send me a pit, it'll probably go away. But for now, it's
Yeah.
good. It's handy sometimes, but I don't know. The problem is in the winter, it can't. It has a hard time keeping up when it's 20 degrees out and the wind's blowing.
Oh.
yeah, they still got it. But let me tell you one thing:
It's expensive now.
they have went way up since I had mine because of the price of everything. They're now $3,495 for that smoker.
Oh
I
my
think it was like 2,200 when I got mine, but
Yeah,
a little over $3,000 by the time you got it delivered.
right.
Yeah.
Rusty,
Yeah,
how many briskets can you fit in that thing?
8. It'll fit 8. 8 of these giant ones is just what fits in there with the standard.
Oh,
four.
wow.
But these are big.
It's got a lot of real estate.
Yeah, those are huge. I can see, those are big racks, man.
Yeah, they're huge.
You can put 8 racks of those spare ribs in there.
Yeah, on 4 grates. You get 2 racks on a grate. It's full. There's no extra room. It's full.
Nice.
Pretty much looking at 4 briskets you could do in there. Probably do at least a dozen pork butts.
That thing's, I don't know why they call it a mini, because that's a high capacity.
Well, you see the large.
I got it in the where you share screen if you want to pull it up, Lewis.
Oh, okay, I got it. There we are.
Yeah.
The mini insulated cabinet smoker, $34.95.
Yeah, they get about 700 pounds.
Beautiful thing.
That's the same one I had. You can have things added to it. You can have a stainless table on the side put to it. It'd be nice.
Yeah.
But man, I regret getting rid of that smoker. God, but I did. Too late to cry about it.
That thing's beautiful, man. That thing is beautiful. It really is.
Yeah.
It's basic. I mean, it's basic. It cooks the shit out of some protein.
You can do all kinds of things in there too, because I'll put my cold smoke pellet maize in the bottom and a smoke control fan on the porch to move the air, and I cold smoke bacon in there. I put some wooden dowel so I can hang it. When I do sausage, I hang the sausage in there, and I just put a little tiny bit of charcoal and light that up with some wood chips. So we can smoke at 160 in there, or up to 400 or something. I mean, it's better for low than high. It struggles for high temperature.
And they got military grade insulation in between them two walls.
It doesn't matter if it's 100 degrees out or 0 out. It cooks the same.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was getting ready to say. Which we don't get that cold down here.
Once you get it heated up, it don't matter.
No, I've never experienced the cold that Rusty has to go through up there. So that.
But we don't have the heat either.
JD is out of Indiana, so he's dealing with the same kind of cold up there, right, JD?
It's not as bad as Russ has to do, but yeah, it's getting negative something. Couple days a year.
I guess the good thing about these high dollar smokers, most of these companies do offer financing for people that can't just pull it out of the bank, So
yeah.
Yeah, I miss that old smoker. The full size is the same height and everything. It's just wider.
Yeah, it's like twice as wide.
Yeah, it's
Russ,
like,
I was gonna say, that thing doesn't take up that much space. How could you get rid of something like that?
Because I never used it like I should have, because I was always picking the offset over it or some other grill that somebody sent me, and anyway, it really well. I got a single car garage, and we don't keep a car in it, but we do keep a big old 0-turn lawnmower. And right now I've got 2 new products in there. I've got that smoker I just showed you earlier, and I've got that. Yeah. Everything else I got is over there at my son. That's the reason we brought everything over there and put it on that deck. The offsets in the yard. He's getting ready to mount it to a trailer that he can pull behind a truck, because he wants to take it up to deer camp and all that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'll ever use that offset again after getting that old hickory, man. I swear, that thing just love it. But anyway.
Yeah, that thing's awesome. I like that little cooker that he uses, man. Because I've seen like the videos that the stuff that he cooks in it. I'm like, man, that is a badass little efficient cabinet smoker, man. Like when he does the brisket on his upper deck and he's actually inside sleeping. Rusty, you hook up a temperature controller on that thing though, right? A little fan.
Yeah, I had the Inkbird one, but I had the ThermoWorks one, the Billows. That thing laid an egg on me, and you don't need it, but it's really nice. It gets up the temperature a lot faster. I think that's the biggest reason to have it, and peace of mind, while you're sleeping, because it's charcoal, so sometimes it wants to burn hot, sometimes it wants to burn cold, So if you're around, at least check on it every 2 hours. You don't need anything, but normally I put a pork butt on at 9 or 10 o'clock and go to bed and get up at 6 in the morning and check it, and it's done. I wrap it up, I throw it in my warm oven, and I'm ready to eat. We eat. I would love an offset, but man, I'm busy. I got 2 little kids and dogs. Work full time, and it's just. I would love to sit and babysit offset all day, but I don't have time.
You got to tend to them, but now I did do a video on a brisket years ago with my offset, and I don't remember where I got that air controller, but anyway, I drilled a hole on the backside of the firebox, like pointing towards the door of the firebox, and installed an air controller on my offset. And when I got the pit from Chris, he gave me the charcoal basket. It holds 40 pounds of charcoal, and it does like an S shape.
Yep, I remember that video.
Yeah, and I got it dialed in. I wouldn't go to bed until I knew it was going to work. And man, once it found that temperature, all night long. And I applied actual smoke with wood logs until I was ready to go to bed. No, it had a lot of smoke on it. And then I let it run all night with charcoal with that air controller, like at 225. Then when I got up, all that charcoal was just about gone. And so I finished it off with more wood until it probed tender. And then I pulled it. Fantastic. It's like, but that's pain in the butt. If I'm going to run the offset, it's going to be daytime to where I can tend to it, Yeah.
JD, you've got that beautiful Workhorse 1975. Do you want to talk about any of the pros and cons on that thing? Can you do it overnight while you're sleeping?
You're not going to cook. You're not going to sleep while you're cooking on that.
Okay. So you have to stay awake to.
Yeah. Once the bark is formed and you wrap, I'll put it on the Kamado Joe and forget about it. But while it's cooking, no, you're every half an hour you're tending to it.
Yeah.
Really. That thing is built like a beast, though. I've seen the welds. I've seen the way that it looks. That thing is just a beautiful smoker. I was talking to the guy and I was asking him if there was an exception that if he could make a custom 1977 on it.
No, if it's not on their lineup, they won't touch it.
Yeah.
What kind of rub you using, Rusty?
65.
This stuff is spicier than hell. This is just for the Jamaican guys. Like, it's what they like. I got a bunch of homemade smoked Scotch bonnet in here, and paprika, cayenne, garlic, just your usual everything in the cabinet rub.
You're using
there's nothing usual about that down here. I cannot.
So except for the smoked Scotch bonnet is a unique thing in here. Homemade. I smoke. They bring me the Scotch bonnet peppers, and I smoke them for them, and then put them in a blender. Oh man, it's so good. But man, like a little drop of that is all you need in something, or it's overpowering. Yeah. But they keep telling me, boss man, more spicy. So we're gonna see what we can do for them this time. I took a taste of this, and that was enough.
Did you use Worcestershire for a binder? Is that
Worcestershire? Okay. I don't consider it a binder. It's going to stick without it, but yeah, always Worcestershire in all my barbecue for the most part.
Yeah, I do that a lot, and a lot of times I'll actually take Worcestershire, 50% of that, and mustard, mix the two together. It really gives it an acidic pop when you do that. To me, the end result really just tastes better. But
I have to try that next time. I like the Worcestershire because you add a little bit of sugar, a little bit of salt, and that umami flavor.
Yeah,
I never really compared it, but I like Worcestershire sauce. So
well, I guess
JD, what's your go-to binder, buddy?
Weirdly enough, there's a sauce we get here. It's called Shit the Bed, and
I've
it
heard
is
of
spicy as can be. So I use that as a binder.
that.
Oh my
Shit to
goodness.
bed.
That's awesome. I want some of that stuff, man. How can I get my hands on some of that?
Yeah, the store that's open here, if we can finally get W sauce up here. So I'm going to pick up W sauce and try that out.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that on
I've never tried it, but somebody gave me some sample packs, and I don't remember which one is the W sauce, but
yeah, Rusty got a good whiff of that. He got a good whiff of that.
Yeah, we're outside in the wind blowing tonight, so maybe.
JD, what are your thoughts on binders, man? And do you have a go-to binder?
I don't use them a lot because what's the point of putting mustard on a piece of meat that's you're just gonna dry it off to put mustard on it to get the same effect.
Okay.
Yeah, if it doesn't add any flavor, I don't wipe the meat off and I'll just put the seasoning right on it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So the Moose is saying this. Russ, did you understand this? Love pea meal bacon. Is that the pork shoulder bacon? Is that what that's called?
I'm not sure. I've heard of it. Pea meal bacon. I've heard pea meal.
Canadian bacon. They just put some kind of pea meal on the outside of it.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never heard of that pea meal. Moose, what is pea meal bacon in your area?
Look at this rack. Look at the marbling in this rack.
Ooh, man.
Yeah, dude. Where'd you get those racks, man? Where did you get those racks?
I go right to the slaughterhouse. Pick them up. There's a process of about half an hour for me to do beef and pork. So.
Okay, so you go to a local butcher? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, no, they bring the animals in right there and process them. That's where I go.
Nice.
Boy, you can't get no fresh from that, and you know what you got. No
injection. The beef there is incredible because it's dry aged. You know, they're not wet aging it. You know, it's only I think 14 days they told me to do, but you get that little bit of that dry aged flavor. You know.
Heck yeah.
And their price has been. They give me a good price. I think better than the average. I buy a lot, and I've been going there since before COVID, but their business really blew up during COVID. You know.
Yeah. I live 15 minutes from Pucker Butt and waiting on them to sell a pepper and binder sauce. The pepper X sauce is good though. Yeah, I've had some Pucker Butt stuff. They're hot.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that stuff. Never even heard of that stuff.
Yeah, that guy lives in North Carolina, South Carolina. Pucker Butts. He's the one that invented the world's hottest pepper at the time. I think it was the Reaper. I don't know if that's still the hottest pepper, but it was at the time.
Pepper X got record like a week or two ago.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, once you get that hot, it doesn't matter what it is. It's too damn hot for me.
Yeah, I agree.
That's ridiculous. So what is the deal with that Pepper X? What's up with that Pepper X? Have you guys heard of that one? The Pepper X.
That's what he was just talking about.
Okay.
Now this, I don't know what kind of pepper's in it, but this is Carolina. Yeah, right here, Carolina Reaper Special Edition. This one is like 2 million Scovilles.
Ooh.
But all I do is I'll take a few drops of that, and mix it in with like a 1/4 cup ketchup for like spicy ketchup, kind of like Whataburger. And
look at that rack. Oh my God.
That'll cook with it. Man, look at that.
Massive.
The last one.
Yeah, that's a beautiful hot sauce right there. I was just picturing that for the old natter that we're doing in a few weeks over at my brother's house out in the country. He's got tripods. We do these bonfires on them, and we show up. We cook all night long, guys. I think I'm gonna go stream it. I'm gonna stream live that night. I will promote it on Instagram. You guys need to hang out with me that night if you guys ain't doing nothing. Basically, it's Thanksgiving Eve is what it is, if that makes sense. But it's a really good time out in the country. We have such a good time. So I've got a question for all three of you guys. Starting with Russ, then we go to Rusty Lamb, down to JD. Look at those freaking racks, bro. My goodness. Yeah. Rusty and JD. So it's 5 o'clock. It's time to cook something quick and fast. What are you cooking? Same question for all three of you guys. Russ, you go first.
Well, I'm here by myself. My wife works at night, so I'm gonna look in the freezer and get one of them little quick meals she got me to pop in the microwave. I'm being dead serious. If it's just a weeknight or whatever, I'm not cooking for myself, man. I'm dead serious.
I did not expect you to say something like that. Wow,
I'm just being honest.
Cool. That's awesome. Rusty, it's 5 p.m. Everybody's hungry at your house. What is a quick cook that you can do to feed everybody?
Steaks. If you guys follow me, I mostly just eat meat, so I'm cooking steaks. Yep. I love a nice 2-inch thick ribeye, but I've always got plenty in the freezer that about 3/4 of an inch thick because, you can cook those up in, 8 minutes at tops on the charcoal. I got the grill blazer. I get the lump charcoal going, another 10. So in 25 minutes, you're eating dinner. I'm going to season those with salt. And I'm going to rest them in some seasoned butter, and shit, you're good. Half an hour, you're eating steak dinner.
That's what I was going to say. Like, you've got those 2.5-inch thick burgers inside a 1/2-inch waffle. What do you call it? Chawaffle?
It's called a chaffle. Chaffle. It's egg and mozzarella cheese, pretty much cooked in a waffle maker.
Russ, have you seen those images that we're talking about?
No.
Those burgers that he makes.
I don't think I have.
It's amazing. You gotta see
yeah.
it.
No, I mean, I can make all kinds of stuff, but it's just me. I'll go in there sometime, fry up some bacon and make a egg sandwich or a BLT, something like that. Just, it don't take much to please me, but if I'm cooking for people, that's a whole different story,
But Russ floored me with his answer to that question. He's talking about he's going to cook a hot pocket.
Hey, I'll eat them. My wife bought this one today, and it was pasta, chicken, sausage with a Cajun sauce and kind of cheesy. It was actually pretty darn good. And I sent her a picture of it. I said, "Hey, get some more of these."
You should post it on Instagram.
That's awesome. JD, it's 5 p.m. Your family's hungry. What are you going to grill and cook real fast for them to eat?
Chicken thighs. What's in the freezer always?
You know what? Chicken thighs, that's a pretty good go-to. That's legit.
Hey, that's actually a good answer too, because if I'm not I'm probably cooking bone and skinless chicken thighs. And season them up a different way every night, and you got a different meal every night of the week.
Yeah. I was thinking chicken fajitas myself.
I like that.
It's technically not a chicken fajita, but it's just like marinated chicken and then cook it real fast, and yeah, that's a good answer, man. Interesting from all three of you guys.
I guess I've cooked so much in my life, man. If it's just me, I'm not going to eat. I'll tell you something else I've been doing, and I'm spending too much money on. It's DoorDash. Just we got all kind of places to eat around here.
How many Whataburgers have you eaten this week, bro?
No Whataburgers. I haven't even done it. I haven't done it this week. And that's why I told her to buy some of those frozen meals, because I'm usually busy editing or something. If I'm hungry, I'll just pop one of them in there. And I'm trying to lose weight. She got some of those that's actually, healthy. I know they're not healthy. They're probably loaded with sodium and all that crap, but whatever. Yeah. I've been eating a lot of fruit lately.
Look at that.
Right there. That's health food right there.
Oh, man. Heck yeah. Yeah, I just started back in the gym. Just started back. So I probably will be eating more steaks and chicken breast or chicken. I don't really care for chicken breast too much.
Nope.
I'd rather have thighs, drumsticks. I do like wings. That's considered white meat.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Who knows, awesome, man? It could be pancakes and syrup. Yeah. I don't know. Just whatever hits me.
Hey, nothing wrong with some flapjacks, man. Throw some sausages on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my goodness. Breakfast time. Ooh.
A lot of these cooks, you see me, like these whole briskets and all this stuff, they're usually done over there at my son's house, and I'll do a taste test. I'm like, here, y'all can
And
have that. I'll give it to them. You know, I'll leave it.
Oh my goodness, man! But you've got the smoker that's the king of all brisket cookers, and it goes by the name of Old Hickory. And I love that thing, man.
It does a good job. I'll tell you what.
The son said it costs the same as a 1998 Cadillac.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, you know, Chris Goodlander at Lone Star Grills, he's coming out. I don't even think it's out yet, but it's an offset and pellet grill combined. And if you want to start your firebox for your offset, you can use pellets to ignite your wood. Okay, nice. That's one of the beauty of it. And I'm like, Jeff called me, man, he's all excited. I just got off the phone with Chris, man, you need to call him. You need to tell him you want one of these pits. I said, I don't know if I want one, Jeff. I said, my Old Hickory has the convenience of a pellet grill, but I can burn real sticks in there like an offset. I turn the thing on where I want it, hit the switch, it ignites automatically with gas, and then the gas don't come back on unless it requires it. It's gas assist, but it's burning real wood, super efficient. One stick can last me 6 hours. No offset's going to do that. And it's just a beautiful smoke it lays on this stuff. I was blown away when I first got it. I'm like, my God, I thought offset couldn't be beat. I said, I think I just found something that can beat it, you know? Now I know all these restaurants across the world use these Old Hickories, and there's other brands too, but they work the same way, like Southern Pride, you know?
Yep.
Stuff like that. But yeah, super impressed with it. Super impressed. So I don't think I'm gonna call him. You know, I just really don't. He's also got a pellet cabinet. I'm like, God, I'm so over pellets, man. I just, you know, I just, no, I don't want to. So it sounds like
the Lone Star Grill pellet though is going to be a little bit more smoke than the other pellets though, right?
It does. It definitely does. I've got
telling the truth. You know, it seems like a much more legit smoker than the other stuff out there.
It's probably the best pellet smoker out there. I'll say that. I'll go on a limb and say that. That's my opinion. But I can still use it in the video if I want to go to my youngest son's house. But for the most part, I gave it to him. Said, here, take this. I've had it for 2 years.
Russ, you talking about?
I definitely prefer charcoal. You know, you can see that.
Oh yeah.
Charcoal cooking, so that's love charcoal.
Fun. I do too. I like charcoal with wood combination. I also like just straight up wood.
Yeah.
You know, that's my preferred methods right there. It ain't pellets, but
I would love like a Santa Maria, but where I'm cooking most of it,
yeah, I've had 2 of the LSG Santa Marias, and I don't have any right now because at the time I moved my whole production over there to Mobile, and there was nowhere to put that Santa Maria because Derek's yard does this number. It slopes down a hill. We're up on a porch. No way that Santa Maria is going on that porch, you know, and it sit out here and sit out here and sit out here. And finally I said, I'm selling it. And I did the second one. I sold both of them. But
look what the Moose is saying. Waffles and homegrown maple syrup with lots of butter for dinner. Sounds delicious.
Yeah. Russ, do you have the Old Hickory CT or which one you got?
I don't have the CTO. I have the Ultra Q.
Okay.
I think that's a beautiful smoker. Beautiful smoker.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They are.
It's a little bit smaller than the CTO, and the CTO's got a convection fan in it where this does not because of the size. It don't need it. It's just got really good natural convection.
Yeah.
But it does have a fan that monitors the temperature and keeps it right where you want it, and it feeds air to the wood. You know.
I gotta go do that.
All right,
okay.
I was about to say, Stephen, you got to meet Rusty Lamb, but he bounced. But,
and they actually have another smoker that's even smaller than Ultra Q, and I can't remember the name of it. It's named after one of these famous barbecue competitors, but that's more of a competition smoker, you know.
Yeah. Oh, that's wild.
You know what's cool about that, Rusty? It does that. It throws the hearts out where you put it. Like, I'm gonna put it right.
Oh, really?
Here.
I haven't done that.
What's this? See?
Okay.
The hearts are gonna come out from where your heart.
I can't hardly make a heart.
You see that? You got it.
Yeah, got arthritis, man.
It's like right here, like in my face, right here. Watch. See?
I'm holding the phone. I'm holding the phone. I can't do it. I can make a half one.
Hey,
Russ,
we got Stephen Manners in the house. Welcome, Stephen Manners.
What's
Welcome
going on,
to
bro?
the chat tonight, buddy.
Dang, I'm out of beer. My wife didn't get home for another hour and a half.
Oh, but she's fired, man.
I might have to break some of this tequila out.
I mean, hey, whatever keeps you going now. Let's do it. I've got,
I'm only had a couple of beers.
Rolling.
No, and Russ, you talking about offsets and stuff, and I got a loaded Wichita back there. That thing just smokes. It's ridiculous.
Wichita, is that the one T-Roy used to have?
I think it is.
The Wichita
loaded Wichita from Yoder.
Oh, you have one, right, Steve?
Oh yeah.
That something cooks all night long, right? You can sleep while it's cooking.
Yeah. I can load it, set the temp, set the vents, crawl in bed, done.
Yeah.
On all set?
Yes, sir. 100%. I swear to God.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, because you were all about those offset Yoders before you even jumped in RegTech, right?
Yeah.
Because eventually you were like, hey, you know what? I want to kind of.
I'm lazy.
Dabble into, dabble.
I'll be right back.
I'll
be right back. I'm gonna make a drink.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
So it's not that you're lazy. It's just that your lifestyle sometimes is busy, and you can't like babysit a fucking smoker.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's so busy that you have to go in and out, leave, go, pick up it, drop them off, pick them up, drop them off there, pick them up, come home. And you want a BBQ. You want a BBQ during the day.
Right.
So that's what my RegTech does for me. It doesn't miss a step. It does what I want to do when I'm not home.
Yeah. There's that, and I'm gonna just air this out. A lot of people don't know. 2019, I had a transplant, and the meds that I'm taking for my transplant are killing my kidneys. So slowly but surely, and the longer it goes, the more tired I am. So
what do you got there, JD? What do you got there?
It is a Devil Dog by Flying Dog. I don't know if Meestick was here tonight, but this is
You
12%.
were talking about that last night.
This was 12%.
12?
Yep. I was trying to find my 18, but it's stored away someplace I can't get to it.
So that's how they do it up in Indianapolis. Wow.
This is a
12. Maine
or Massachusetts or something area.
Stephen, man, I did not know that you had a transplant, my brother.
Yeah.
Is everything going good right now? I mean, what's going on?
Yeah, everything's going good. Like I said, the meds I'm taking for my transplant are killing my kidneys slowly but surely, and it's like, I'm more tired. Do I feel like walking outside, firing up an offset?
But Stephen, let me ask you this: what kind of transplant did you get? Was it a kidney transplant?
Pancreas.
Oh, pancreas transplant. They transplant pancreas?
Yes.
I did not know that. Like, I learned that tonight. Like, I did not know that.
Yeah. Hey, go. I don't know if you're on Facebook or not, but yeah, just go look me up on Facebook, man.
I don't have a Facebook. I'm probably one of the only dudes on the planet without a Facebook. I still don't have a Facebook.
I've never had one either.
Yeah,
my life's not that interesting.
Facebook.
But
just like, I never even had a MySpace. I just have. I'm on Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, and Rumble. What else? I don't know, man. I think it's just those. I think it's just them.
I had a GeoSpace.
Stephen, I did not know that about you, my friend. You know what, dude? Let's toast to Stephen, man. Let him have a long, prosperous, youthful life with his transplant. I did not know that about you, my friend.
Yeah, I thought you did from Sandy's.
No, I
just
didn't.
piddling thing.
And he cut it off completely, right? Now you have to be a membership to just kind of hang out in his live.
Right. Yeah. So
He shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have done that.
Here's the funny thing, Lewis. The night I got my transplant on my birthday, he was doing a live, and I swear to God, I was at the hospital getting everything checked, watching the live feed. I swear to God.
No, I believe you. I'm not doubting you. I didn't know that about you, buddy.
Yeah.
My bad, man. I hope everything works out, man. I hope your kidneys get back to health, and I don't want to be. I don't want to be the reason that your kidneys aren't working. When I do my lives.
Hell no.
I had kidney cancer in 2021, and my left kidney is gone.
Yeah.
They removed it then. So.
Yeah.
Really, Russ, you're rocking with one kidney?
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know that about you, buddy.
Yeah. I don't notice any difference.
Like about 5 years back, right? Was it 5 years back?
This is 2021, right before I left the shipyard, my full-time job.
Just a couple of years ago. A couple of years ago.
And I had I had a GI bleed one morning because I took too many ibuprofens, and I take a daily dose of aspirin. And anyway, I woke up, thought I had diarrhea, and it was blood. I mean, blood.
My God.
And it would not stop. And I actually got to the emergency room, and once they got me in there, they run a CT scan on me to see where that bleeding was coming from. Well, I've got diverticulitis, or I got diverticulosis, but it got inflamed, which is now diverticulitis, and that's what caused the bleed. But while they were in there with a CT scan, they found a renal mass on my left kidney, and said that it was it wasn't advanced to where it was life threatening, but it was advanced enough to where they couldn't remove part of it. They wanted to take the whole kidney out. And I said, I said, am I going to have to wear one of them pee bags on my side? Man, I was about ready just to give up. You know,
no.
Yeah, he said, no, you won't notice any difference. You know, I said, okay, that sounds good. And he says, well, if we remove the whole thing, there's a 99% chance it will never come back. You know, and I haven't had no issues since then.
Yeah, because it was gone. Was gone.
Yeah. And that's like a friend of mine, Russ. You said that he went in the hospital. he had to have appendix surgery. It's funny, but it's not funny. He had to have appendix surgery, and they done the scan and found out he had the same thing.
Yeah,
his right kidney had cancer.
Wow.
They didn't want to take his appendix out, even though it was about to bust, because of his kidney. And they were like, yep, let's do both of them, you know.
At the same time. Yeah.
Well, they almost did. They done the appendectomy, and then I think like 3 weeks later,
they did the kidney.
Gone.
They use that, what do they call that, where they go in with the cameras and everything?
Laparoscopic, yeah.
Yeah, I've got one big incision right down the middle. That's where they had to go in there and grab the kidney, but there's 3 little incisions kind of up under my belly right there. Yeah. And I guess that's where they feed the cameras or whatever. But at any rate, they took care of it. I woke up and hurt like hell for about 5 days. They had me on meds, but I wouldn't take them more than 2 days.
Russ, that's some scary shit to go through, though. That sounds like some scary shit to go through, man.
It is, man. But what are you gonna do about it? It's just like,
I mean, you gotta face it, right? You gotta face it.
Yeah. And
Steven, same for you, though, right?
I think it was a blessing that I had that GI bleed. Otherwise, that could have really advanced because I didn't feel no pain or anything. It could have got really bad, and I think by the time you really start feeling pain, it's too late. You know?
Yeah.
So I feel blessed that happened the way it did, you know.
Russ, I'm the same way. That when I had my transplant, they split me from basically right below the rib cage to the pubic bone.
Dang.
Yeah. And everything went good. Of course, I'm still here.
Yeah.
Hurt? Yeah. Would I take meds? No.
Yeah.
I just don't like the way they make me feel.
I didn't have no problem with the way it made me feel.
Drinking delicious pollen.
I know how easy it is to get addicted to that opioids and stuff. I refused to take them after 2 days. I took them for 2 days, and I said I wasn't in there but a few days. They released me. You know, I mean, they done did all they do. They sewed me up or stapled me up, and I come home.
Yeah,
and I think they put those kind of stitches that dissolve away, because I never had to go back to get nothing removed. You know?
Well, they stapled me, and well, the nurse made me take mine because my blood pressure got so high. Are you hurting? No. Well, your blood pressure's high. Here, hit the button.
Yeah, I was on blood pressure medicine at the time, but yeah, that's one of them scary things. That was the only time I was in the hospital since I was 14. I had my appendix out at 14 and went all them years up to what I guess I was 62 when that went down, getting ready to turn 63.
Now, Russ and Steven, is there something that you guys were doing before you got sick that you don't do anymore after? Like, was there, like, for instance, were you guys drinking a lot of Dr. Pepper and now you don't?
I didn't drink sodas, but I'll be honest with you, I took that stupid COVID shot like a dumbass, and there's been a lot of people claim they got cancer shortly after, and mine was 6 months after that shot.
I never took the shot, but
yeah,
but COVID damn near killed me. Like, I disappeared.
I called it anyway. Like a year later, you know. Actually, the same year I had the surgery. It was like 4 months later, but it wasn't that bad. What was bad about it, 6 months after I had COVID, I started developing that phantom smells, and nothing smelled like it should, and food didn't taste like it should. It tasted foul, man. Meat especially, you know.
I was getting a whole year after. Like, every now and then, it was like a chemical scent that I couldn't explain.
Yeah,
it was
just finally went away.
Wait a minute, it's like, it's familiar, but I can't explain it. You know what I mean?
Like a metallic taste or something? Like a metallic smell?
I mean, it was just a familiar scent that I couldn't explain.
Mine was nasty, but it wasn't.
It was gross. It was disgusting.
I hate to get too graphic here, but like if I had to go in the bathroom and take a poop, and if my wife happened to walk in, I said, "What does that smell like to you?" Because it smelled chemically to me, you know, like a chemical. And she goes, smells like shit to me. Okay. All right. Well, I guess everything is normal. But meats, man, they were all pudding. I couldn't hardly eat barbecue at all during all that time.
I couldn't eat. You know what was disgusting to me was chicken. It was freaking disgusting.
Yes. Yes.
There was something. I mean, I'm talking about like Bush's fried chicken.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my God, like this is my favorite fried chicken, and I can't even smell this. And it tastes horrible. Get this shit away from me. Like, I couldn't eat any meat. I couldn't eat any meat for weeks.
That's where a friend of mine was. He said the same thing about as far as meats. Yeah. And he said like vegetables, like green beans, corn, stuff like that.
All that tasted the same.
But it was just meat.
It was almost like my body was telling me what I should be eating. It's like, no, this tastes bad, so don't eat it. Eat stuff that tastes normal. Some things taste completely normal. You know, another thing was just totally off-putting. It was, and I told my wife, I said, man, this is bad. I said, here I am with a YouTube channel as cooking. I said, I can't even tell if the crap tastes good or not, because everything is tasting bad to me that's coming off this grill. And I'd go over there.
Bottled water was horrible. Bottled water was just, I couldn't drink bottled water. It was disgusting.
I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that too much. It was mainly meats, you know.
Yeah, meats really had a pungent, like.
Luckily, I even bought one of those Navage things and started flushing out my sinuses every day, thinking maybe it was something like that, but it wasn't. And it took time. It took about a year and a half, and finally it went away. You know.
Yeah, same.
Thank goodness.
JD, did you experience anything like that, or have you?
No, I was just laughing though because earlier today I was repairing a stainless steel table with JB Weld, and I wiped my hands off with a paper towel. Then I was wiping beer away from my mustache, and I'm like, "What the hell is that smell?" And I was Discord with some people, and I'm like, "I can't identify that smell." I'm like, it's JB Weld, and luckily it was a quick dry stuff that wasn't going to just make me have to shave my mustache off.
And that was JD Weld.
Yeah.
Yeah, close enough. Yeah.
I've done
That
stuff like
JD
that.
Weld.
Put my hands in something, and go to eat, or when your fingers go like, what is that smell? Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, that smell.
Can't you smell that smell?
Yeah. So Sandy over there at Just Piddling Barbecue, huh?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been knowing him a few years. Well, ever since he's been on YouTube. He reached out to me years ago when he first started his channel.
Oh, okay.
I used to sit in on some of his live shows.
I did too. I used to watch his lives. I was a big fan of his, and all of a sudden it was just like he started like expressing more things, opinions, and all of a sudden it turned into, if you want to learn more about how I feel about this, pay this.
Yeah,
I'm no longer going to be doing it just like I'm
For
doing
free,
it right now.
Yeah. Right.
And
I'm like, dude, why, man? Come on, dude.
I watched
it. It doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be like that. Come on.
Nah.
That's where I found out about Lewis up here.
Yeah, Stephen Manis and I met through his channel.
Okay.
We did meet through his channel.
Yeah, he had that one video about anything Chinese pits. He was going strictly USA, which I'm behind him on that.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna sit there and say I haven't had Chinese pits because I've had plenty of them, but I don't think I
don't know what
Chinese
happened when it comes to that, though. I don't know what happened when it comes to that, because one day he's raving and just giving good props to Traeger. Like, right. He's like, this is the best pellet grills that you can get. The next day, it was like, oh, no. I'm done with them.
Well,
like, I don't want anything to do with them. I'm reaching out to other people that are made in the USA.
Now, Lou,
what happened?
His brother Harley was a rep.
Harley, I know Harley.
He was a rep for Traeger. They fired him while he was at a demo and told him to go home.
Oh, I see. These are the
that's why he got a bad taste in his mouth.
That's why he got a bad taste immediately.
Yeah, it was like the next day, I'm done.
Yeah,
but he went to Yoder, and I had a Yoder 640S, same thing he's got, less the new controller. They're good pits. If you want to move an 800-pound pit.
They're heavy.
Which one? The Yoder? You talking about the Yoder?
Yeah, I had a 640. Yeah, I had a 640 pellet grill. And they're like 495 pounds.
Yeah, that's about what my LSG pellet grill weighs, but I got that off-road package, man, and I can put that on a trailer by myself. Get a little roll with it, right on up. I couldn't do it if it had the standard wheels with it. Ain't no way.
Russ, is that the pellet grill?
Yeah, that's pellet grill. My offset weighs over 900 pounds, and it's only a 36-inch chamber and 24-inch firebox. Over 900 pounds. That's a well-built offset.
Yeah. That's like that Workhorse 1975, right, JD? How much does that thing weigh?
It's 1,000. But if I was to do it again, they have a package where you can get bigger wheels on it.
Yeah, that
I would definitely get the
it makes the
wagon package. It's what they call it.
Yeah.
I've got a video on my channel when I first got my offset, and it had the little casters on it. Well, he didn't have the off-road packages back then. So as soon as they come out with them, he's like, I made a comment on something like, man, this is gonna be my next purchase right here. And he read it. He goes, I'm gonna send you some of them wells, and he did. And I got a video installing them. You know.
Now, Russ, do you run the 50/50 wood chips in yours?
No.
Oh, you don't?
Nope. I don't have it here no more. My youngest son has it. I haven't used that pellet grill. I haven't used it since I got that old hickory a year ago. That's how long it's been.
Oh, okay.
I have no interest in using it, you know.
What you're talking about, the LSG?
Yeah, LSG makes these little chips about
the little wood chips,
about the size of your fingernail, and supposedly on that pit they don't jam or anything. And Greg
do not.
Yeah, Greg Mervich has done a few videos with them, but he never sent me none. I'm just like, I ain't worried about it. I ain't using it no way. You know?
We ran one at Memphis in May.
Oh, look, JD raising his hogs. Wait, what is it?
It's a silver lab once in the video.
Nice. That's a dog. I thought that was one of your hogs.
No, I'm not cooking her.
Yeah, mine wanted to be in the video too, and I made wife take her into the
video.
She'll be in my lap here in a minute.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I'm not. I mean, I did take that smoker that they sent me today. That's built in the USA, by the way, right there in Wisconsin, because Derek has that little PK 100 over there, and that's all this is, an upgraded version of the PK 100. And he wants to do nothing but fish on that PK now that I've got this. I wouldn't let him in the past. I said, no, I don't want that thing smelling like fish.
Yeah.
So once you start that and keep doing that, you're going to have to keep doing that, you know. That'll really clean it out good. But anyway, up guys, I'll definitely take it. And I also took that little dry ager that they got. I just ordered a table for it. It's not very big. They got a little tall one.
Russ, what are you planning on putting in that dry ager?
I don't know yet, man. That one's still, well, no, that's this week. But all I'm going to do is review on it, you know, because if, let's say I did a whole subprimal ribeye, the minimum I'm going to go is 27, 28 days dry age. So I don't want to wait a month to get a video out with it. I'm going to do a review video. Then I'll turn around and, but I know what I will be doing going forward, not necessarily on video, but I'll hang chuck roast or better than that, like a, just for like ground beef or whatever, you know, hang some chuck roast in there, dry age them 2 weeks, just make everything taste better, you know.
Now
I think you should take some select briskets and put them in there, some small select briskets, 10 pounders, and see what happens.
Do they sell
definitely can do it, man. I know Guga's done them, but Greg Mervich, Ballistic Barbecue, he did I think a 60 or 90 day dry aged brisket. He was one of the first ones to do it.
Yeah,
nice.
He did.
And
he did.
Yeah,
he did it. 60 to 90. I want to say it was 90 days.
Yeah, it was a long stretch. I remember that. And when I first got this, is a dry ager here actually, but this one is nothing but a retrofitted mini fridge that they installed stuff to make it a dry ager. This dry ager I got now is a bona fide dry ager. It's not a mini fridge.
No,
you know?
is that the one from the God? I can't remember the guy's name now. He was at Memphis in May, invented a dry ager.
This one here. This is a steak ager, and I've met the guy last year actually, and I can't remember his name for nothing, but he came out with this one. But dry agers have been around for years. I meant big commercial dry agers, you know. But PS Seasoning, or I'm sorry,
Steak ager. That's the one I'm thinking about. The guy.
That's what this one is. Steak ager.
He's like from New York or somewhere like that.
Yeah. Oh no, he's actually from the Carolinas. I met him last year. I'll take a picture. Show you the front of this thing.
Yeah, the guy from Memphis in May. He definitely not from the Carolinas. I promise you. I know somebody who talks from the Carolinas.
I think I can't remember his name.
Accent.
I know him, but anyway, that's the front of my. Can you see that? The Darby is the brand name of the beer fridge, but Steak Ager, they converted it they got a unit that sits in the back. It works. I've used it, but it's not it's the one I got now. I'll be able to do charcuterie and everything else. I don't have to put a water pan in there to get the humidity up. It's all automatic. I don't know if y'all know Eric with Two Guys in a Cooler, but he's currently he's making stuff right now with his. He got his back in July, and he said, "Oh man, hey, I love it. It's working great." I said, "Okay, cool." So yeah, I'm excited to have that. This one go in the dining room area right below. I bought a little stainless steel table. It's not very big, 24 inches by 24 inches. I think it'll hold 45 pounds of meat.
Dang.
Yeah, that's awesome. It really is.
I think it sells for $1,200 and something if you order it off Pro Smoker. But that's who makes it too. But they do have a real tall one. I mean, it's tall, but they didn't even offer me that one. I wouldn't have took it no way because I'm not gonna get that serious about it,
Yeah, you said dry aging a chuck roast, or are you talking about the ones you buy at the grocery store?
Yeah, wherever,
like the 3 to 4 or 5 pound, whatever.
Yeah, big as I can find, because you're gonna have some waste with it, But I'm not gonna let it go 30 days. I'll just dry age it for like 14 days, develop a little pellicle, get a little added flavor in there, trim all that pellicle off, and grind it up for hamburger meat.
Oh, I bet that would be ridiculous.
Oh yeah, extra good hamburgers.
Nice and tender. JD, have you ever done anything like that?
No.
My wife would kill me if I was dry aging meat in the dining room. We don't use our dining room.
Dry aging bags.
I eat in here. My wife eats in the living room, and all that. It's a really small house. I just got to make room. We got a spare bedroom, but she refuses to get rid of the bed in there. If I could get her to get rid of that bed, this freeze dryer would go in there, this dry ager would go in there, all my equipment would go in there. I'd set up some more stainless steel tables, and I would actually process meat back there.
Nice.
But I can't talk her into
AC, it. Yeah. Nice. Meat processing in the AC. That's
just a meat rack in the back with some hooks on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This freeze dryer running you out of here once you doing like a really long freeze dryer, something that's going to take 36 hours. I mean, it's like the heater's on. It's miserable in here. Plus, my computer's
I know you've been doing those candies. Those candies. Do you know what these are? These airheads.
Yep.
I know what they are. I've had them before, but I don't think she's free. My wife is doing all that freeze dry. I taught
those, man.
I taught her. She did lemonheads the other day. They turned out good. The second go around, they did. Oh,
freeze dry Skittles are my absolute favorite thing ever.
Oh yeah, she does them every batch, and she also makes this homemade. It's a salted caramel bourbon pecan brittle. She makes the actual sheets of brittle, breaks it into pieces, and then we freeze dry that, and they poof up, and they're real airy. Man, people just love them. As long as you ain't got a nut allergy or anything like that, I told her, so you need to ask people before you just let them eat it.
Pass them out.
Because it's got little pieces of pecan in it,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that'd be that the bourbon aspect of it is what caught my ear.
It's got real bourbon. It goes into the brittle as she's making. Of course, all the alcohol burns off, but the flavor's still left behind.
Right.
That salted caramel. It's good. That's my favorite.
Or just get some salted caramel, bourbon.
She's done the Skittles. She's done Laffy Taffy. I'm trying to remember what she does. She does these little nerds. Yeah,
you got to
like
do
that.
These, man.
Gummy worm. What are those?
Candy
Airheads. Airheads.
Yeah.
I'll tell her to get some. She's got a bin in there just slap full of candies.
Try this. I would be very interested to know
soft-filled bites.
Freeze dried.
Those are probably that big around by the time they freeze dry.
Wow.
You can take a Jolly Rancher, a whole one. You know how small they are. About that long. They're about that big around by the time they're freeze dried, and when you bite into it, it's like it just disappears. Melts
there's
like
a store around here that you go in, you buy the candy, and they freeze dry it for you. He does Sour Patch Kids at a store. Yep, you go in, you buy the raw candy, gummy candy, and then they freeze dry it for you. It takes about an hour. But he
an hour.
goes by the
There you go.
Airheads.
Yeah, well,
Airheads and, Sour Patch Kids.
Skittles do pretty quick. I mean, what we'll do, we'll load these trays up at night. We'll set it for 14 hours. It's done way before 14 hours, but it don't hurt it to let it lay in there. But we'll let it run. That way it's not blow me out of here with the heat. I can go to bed. She gets up before me. She comes in here, turns it off, removes all the trays. We got these Mylar bags that she bags them up and seals them with a impulse sealer. And they got little windows to where you can see what you're buying. And she's got all these different candies she's doing daily, just about. She didn't do it last night or today, but I'm surprised. I'm glad, actually. But yeah,
I'm interested now. I'm interested in the freeze drying thing. I need a machine.
You know, I'm gonna fill it with them, and I've done sold 8 of them bad boys. And somebody just bought the extra large because I got over a $400 and something commission. I was like, holy crap!
Nice.
Let me sell another one.
You're making a
He's
killing,
going to
buddy.
freeze dried beef
That's
jerky
awesome.
here shortly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Russ.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Drop a link. Put your stuff in there. You're gonna get another commission.
Oh, the videos are up. The one, I think it's the candy video that started taking off a little bit. It's up to like 30,000 views. It's not.
Oh, okay.
It's not blowing up, but it's got a lot more than what it started. It was under the gray when it started. Now it's sloping upwards. I think that's what's generating all these sales, because I talk about how it'd be a good business, home business for somebody if they want to make extra income, blah, 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 you know. So yeah, done sold 8 of them in just a couple of months. So that's not bad. I think I've already made, let me pull it up. I'll tell you what I've made.
Yeah,
I got all this stuff bookmarked. Harvest Right affiliate program.
Al Lunacy's Halloween video is about to drop, guys. Click on this link right here and let's watch it.
Yeah, I've got $822 sitting there now that they got to pay out, but I've already earned $2,186.99. That ain't a bad affiliate program to have right there.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Oh, Lewis,
Go ahead.
Lewis, I was going to tell you too the BBQ video with the hot dogs, awesome, dude.
You like that?
And the pizza, yeah. So
it was awesome. It was a lot of fun doing it.
So my wife likes, she loves the crescent rolls hot dogs wrapped in that, cooked on the Bullseye X. So yeah, that's what we're doing for a Halloween party next week.
You know what? If you guys have kids, they're gonna love doing those. Check out the video. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It really was. It really was a lot of fun. JD dropped a really good video today too on that BBQ.
I'm about to go back and watch some of your videos now that I'm subbed. I just didn't know about you. Sorry.
Oh,
there's so many channels out there I don't know about until I'm in a live or something like this, and that's where I meet a lot of people. You know.
I'm gonna eventually graduate and make a channel. Yeah, no.
Well, it's gotten harder nowadays. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. YouTube has gotten tough, but what's even tougher is Facebook. I got my Smoke Ribs page over there. Now it's way bigger than my YouTube channel, but it don't make as much money, but it's close. You know, it really depends on what time of the year it is, but it's well worth doing. But it's hard to ever get monetized, you know. With Facebook, you almost got to pay them money to throw anything out there. I'm like, I ain't doing that. I'll just take whatever I can make off of it, you know.
Yeah.
But
well, and y'all were talking about sausages and stuff like that earlier, you know, and of course, everybody now is making this time of year, fall is starting to get cooler.
Yeah.
Chili cook-offs are happening, yada, yada, yada.
Gumbo cooks, all that
right.
stuff. Yeah.
Russ, I'm telling you what you got, Lewis, JD, what y'all got to try. And Russ, I know you've had it. Lewis, I don't know about you or JD. Chicken and dumplings on a smoker.
Oh my God!
Never
I thought about doing that
That
before.
sounds delicious.
I told my wife, I said, let's smoke some chicken and make chicken dumplings. And she goes, oh, no. I'm like, so I thought of that actually one time, and she wouldn't let me do it.
I'm telling you, you've got to cook the chicken on the grill, hot and fast.
On a grill or a smoker?
On the smoker.
Okay.
But hot and fast.
Okay.
Break the chicken down once it cools. Put it in a pot with your chicken stock, cream of mushroom, whatever.
Yeah.
Dumplings, however you want to do it. You want to get the frozen stuff from the store, break it up, put it in a pot. Perfect. Low and slow.
Yeah.
With smoke. Ridiculous.
Huh.
I swear to God, my wife absolutely loves that.
I had to try it if she'll let me. She just made a big pot. I mean, a huge pot. There's only two of us. And she ended up freezing a lot of it, for
I do. We do the same thing. My kid, he's in Germany. That's what he requested that when he comes back from Germany into January. I'm like, yeah, you got it. No
hey,
problem.
Rusty, not to interrupt you, but I read that comment. I missed my Reels bonuses. They started back bonuses a few months ago, but it's not as lucrative as it was before. I used to make about $1,500 a month just on bonuses. Now it's like $300 or $400 a month on bonuses. So, and Derek just texted me. That's who texted me earlier because he had to order a cable or something. He hadn't been putting no reel. He does the reels. I do all the long form content. Yeah, he goes, okay, I just uploaded some turkey reels to start up in the morning since Thanksgiving is coming. I said, okay, cool. But he needs to go in there. The cool thing about Facebook, something you can't do here on YouTube.
Oh, wow, that's creepy.
You can take old content that's been up, it don't matter how long. Not reels, but you can with long form, and you can post as a new post. You can repost it up front, up top for people that ain't never seen it. You just keep recycling that same content. I'll do that, and plus I put my new content on the long form. Now the reels you have to actually download to yourself. It'll let you download it, but you can't repost it. You download it, then repost it. It's a little bit more in depth, but it only takes a few minutes to do that. So we about got it figured out.
Guys, be right back.
All right. But yeah, I know, Lewis, you don't have a Facebook.
No.
Let me just show you. Hang on a second.
Yeah,
I don't know what is. Okay. Let me pull up my page. Then I'm going to share this thing, and I'm just going to show you what my page looks like with all the different videos. There won't be no reels on there till in the morning, but if you go down far enough, you'll see them. It's been about 3 weeks to a month since he's done any reels. I told him, I said, man, you're costing us money. You need to get on it. All right, let me know when you can see this.
Got it.
Okay, let me close this. All right, that's the page. As you can see, 697,000 followers I got there.
Damn.
Yeah. Anyway, that posted this afternoon. This was yesterday's, the oxtail stew. All these are older videos that I've just redone,
Yeah.
I did this. This is a Baltimore's Pit Beef Chaps copycat I did last year.
I remember that video. You had that on YouTube.
Right, and I re-edit these a lot of times. Yeah, that's the bottom round right there. And then, just keep on. If you scroll, it's nothing. And we also put images up. Derek does the images too. This is a beef shank. That's just an image. What is this? So my viewers, I was announcing my locals page. All right, what is this one? Chimichanga. Just all kind of stuff, man. Just goes on and on,
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's what the page looks like. And when you post this, whoever whoever is follows you will see it, and then a lot of people see it, especially if I do happen to boost a post through Facebook, then it'll throw it out there to thousands of people that don't even know about me, and that usually leads to more followers. But I don't pay to do that.
Yeah.
You're kind of counterproductive when you got to pay money to make money. I pay money to make money as it is on these videos. Every video costs you something, but to me, that's my investment, but luckily I get all that back eventually. But yeah, my point is, it's very well worth shooting for, but it's hard. I'm going to tell you straight up, it's hard to get monetized on Facebook. It takes a while.
Now, back to the excuse me. Back to the chicken and dumpling thing. So, Russ, yeah, you can smoke the chicken and get that smoky flavor in it.
Yeah.
Grill it hot and fast. You get that grill flavor.
Yeah.
But when you put that in, always remember, water, liquid is like a sponge.
Yep.
It's going to soak up its surroundings just like a sponge.
Yep.
You add that smoke in that grill with that liquid in that pot or cast Dutch oven, whatever.
Yep.
That liquid in that chicken and dumpling is going to soak up that smoke. So you get that extra smoke flavor really from the dumplings in the chicken.
Right. So I get what you're saying. We make smoked ice sometime, and we'll take a container, fill it full of water, and we'll start smoking it. Then you stir it every now and then to where more smoke will lay on top of it. You stir it, and you do that for a couple of hours. You pull it out. We pour it. We let it cool off. Pour it in our little ice maker, and you got smoked ice.
Exactly.
Whiskey, bourbon drink, or whatever.
Right. Yeah, old fashioned especially. Oh my God. But yeah, water. And I'm an ag engineer, so water. You always remember, water is a sponge.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It will soak up. We go back. Me and you are old.
Hey, you speak for yourself, buddy.
we can go back to the 80s and the acid rain stuff. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
So think of it in that sense.
I tell you what's weird, people say that if you put meat in like a refrigerator to make it cooler, it absorbs more smoke than if it's just room temperature. If it's wet, it will absorb more smoke. But like with bacon and sausage or anything like that, you want to dry it out before you smoke it to really get that smoke to adhere. I've heard both ways, but I always get plenty of smoke anyway, but.
Yeah, it is because the wetness from stuff like bacon, sausage is coming from the fat.
Yeah.
It's really not, it really don't, I mean, you look at sliced bacon, how much lean meat is literally in bacon?
Not much.
I mean,
sometimes it is. It just depends on the pork belly.
Yeah, it does. But generally speaking, there's little to none. And that's where that's where the moisture's coming from. So, like you said, it really don't matter. And in pork sausage, it's mainly fat. A little bit of,
Well, that depends on how you're making it. Like sometimes I'll do a 70% lean, 30% fat, but that's a pretty fatty sausage. Then most of the time I'll do like an 80-20 or a 25% fat. I play around with it. If I'm doing beef sticks, it's only got 10% fat, 90% lean. It depends on what I'm doing. But the sausage, like if you're using a hog casing, normally gets all its wetness from stuffing it because you're using water to soak those in.
Oh yeah.
So you got to dry all that off. I usually let them go overnight Now, if you got a cure in it, you need to let it go overnight anyway, unless you're using a cure accelerator like erythorbate. Then you can go from there straight to the smoker. But I also draw them in the smoker for an hour before I ever start putting smoke to it. You know.
Yeah.
JD, what kind of fat ratio did you play with when you make sausage?
80-20. I might go 5 either way, but
yeah, 80-20 is a good mix. I did that Red Barn bologna a couple of years ago, and it looked fantastic, tastes fantastic. But when I was running it through that meat slicer, I could see that fat coming out. I'm like, ooh, I might have overshot that fat a little bit. But it was still, man, it was so good. You know, that was 70-30. I said, next time I think I'm going to cut that down to at least 25% or maybe even 20, you know. But I hit a really good tight bond on it. For me not having no something that can really emulsify it like you're supposed to, it turned out really good. I thought the texture and everything.
Oh, nice.
if I do 15,
Yeah.
I'll cut more on the water I add to it.
Yeah. I'll have to go back and kind of, go back and research some of my own stuff. I'm out of the loop. I haven't made sausage in a couple of years, so I forgot what percent you're supposed to have of the Instacure one or Prague powder one, whatever, sodium nitrite. It's not much.
Mhm.
Spreadsheets and
Lewis, what flavor is that?
I'm rocking that Paulaner Oktoberfest.
Oh,
The
nice.
best Oktoberfest on the planet. Straight German.
That's another good things about making your own videos is I can't tell you how many times I had to go back and watch my own videos to remember how to do something.
Yeah.
It's
I,
like if
yeah,
you don't.
I did a recent burger video, and I can't tell you how happy I was to document that one because it's my favorite burger to this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing pizzas tomorrow, and I need to go back and watch my own video on what pizza sauce I made that everyone liked.
Pizza sauce?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
I did pizzas on the workforce.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've got 11 years worth of videos, and if I want to remake something I haven't made in years, I'll just go back and refresh my memory, just by watching my own video a lot of times. And not necessarily make a video with it, but just to cook, That's the only problem with a YouTube channel is you do so many things, and some of them are really good, but you never seem to go back to it to cook as a meal because you're always doing new things. I don't know. That's true with me anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Rusty's back.
Yep, I'm back for now. See what happens.
Rusty, what kind of fat ratio are you looking for when you're tackling that perfect sausage?
70-30. I like it. I like my sausage pretty fatty. 70-30 for sure. I've made the mistake of going too fatty and having it break though. So you definitely gotta watch that. To me,
I will say this. And the sausage professionals that are on the panel currently. When I go to ice bath, and this didn't happen recently, but this has happened in the past. What happens, and why does my sausage break open? Why does the casing break and open?
When you put it in ice bath?
I've never had a break on ice.
I ain't never had it either. Where you buy your casings at?
PR Seasoning. I mean, they send them to me.
Huh.
I've had them just split wide open after dumping them in an ice bath. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Shocking it too quick.
Yeah, the meat should shrink and not break the casing.
Yeah, normally they start doing this.
Break open.
I've never had that issue ever.
I mean, either. Yeah, I normally use lamb casings, which are real tender. I've never.
Oh man, I love lamb casings. I did some boudin. The last time I made it, and PS Seasoning sent me some casings. I thought they were hog casings, and I pulled them out. I'm like, oh crap, these are lamb casings. So I went ahead and stuffed them with boudin, and we end up smoking some of it just to eat. Like I always freeze it. I'll put maybe 6 in a vacuum bag and freeze them. Another 6, and went over there and popped them on all set, running about 225, and man, you didn't even know a case was there. It was so good. I'm like, golly, I think I'm gonna keep buying these, but they're expensive compared to hog cases.
They're like where I get them. I don't know, they're double the price of hog casing, but you're getting a lot less because they're smaller diameter, for
Hank. Yeah.
I think I pay around $55 a Hank for them, but I get them pre-tubed because messing around with sorting them things out. And I got it one time. My local slaughterhouse gave me some by mistake. They're supposed to be hogs. They gave me the wrong container. Man, that was just a big bucket of snot trying to find the end.
No, I know, man. And they're long.
I've never been more frustrated than trying to do hog or sheep casings.
But they were so good. So then I found that it's actually another place. It's pretty local. There's Syracuse, but it's big mail order international.
Yeah.
And they're pre-tubed and they're amazing. So that's where I go now.
What I remember about them lamb cases, one and only time I ever used them, but I swore then next time I do boudin, really I ought to do it with all sausage. I just contacted PSCs and I said I need some hog casings and for those Texas hot guts, and I need some collagen cases for the beef sticks. I wish I'd told her lambs. They'll send them to me, but what was I going to say? Oh, what I remember about them, they're a mile long compared to a hog casing. I mean, they are long. It's like, holy crap.
Yeah, I don't do
the hog ones I have are pretty freaking long, man. They're pretty freaking long.
Yeah, they're long.
Yeah, the ones I get normally they're pre-tubed, and normally I'd say it's they're good for about 7 pounds a strip, So I know a 5 pound.
That's pretty good.
5 pound canister doesn't quite all fit in there.
Yeah, 7 pounds of casing. Yeah.
JD, what kind of cases are you using, bud?
I always use hog. I've used lamb one time, and getting that lamb on the horn was so difficult. I swear I'd never do it again.
Yeah, they're a little aggravating, but once I started rolling with it, it wasn't too bad.
The one thing I can say is watch some of Rusty Lamb's sausage making videos on the lamb casing.
I haven't done any sausage on YouTube yet, but it's quite a process without filming. But I got to try. But anyways, look up Syracuse Casing Company if you're interested in getting some. They're real good. No affiliation for me. I got to check out again though.
What is it? Syracuse what?
Syracuse Casing Company.
I will.
I'll share the link in the comments.
Okay. All right.
Syracuse what?
Casing Company. Yeah, having them pre-done for you make it so much easier to put on. I bought some of them one time from the sausage maker, and they sit and I finally got around to them, and the thing must have had a leak in the bag. All the brine ran out of it, and they were burnt. They stunk. I told my wife, like, God bless it, and I paid for those.
Yeah, I don't know if I left it in, but I've never been so mad doing a video as making a video with the lamb casings.
Yeah, they're a pain in the butt for sure.
That's what I hear about those sheep casings.
DeMoose is wanting to know where Rusty is located. Didn't you say Upper New York State?
Upstate New York.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he said Syracuse, so I'm guessing Buffalo, Syracuse, up next to the Canada border.
I know DeMoose is asking because DeMoose is from there too. They might be neighbors.
Wow.
Yeah.
I cannot detect a lot of accents as to where people's from, but
I can't either anymore.
Well, I can one state. I can tell when somebody's from Wisconsin. I know that accent.
Oh yeah.
It's just I know it like the back of my hand. But any other state, I couldn't really tell you.
But is that the Ricer? Is that the Ricer accent?
It's not just him. It's also Eric Rilling. Same thing. And the guy that I watch on YouTube, he does all the news and stuff. His name is Jeremy. It's called The Quartering. Big channel, like 1.5 million subs. He sounds just like Ricer. It's just a certain way they pronounce things, and it's just so obvious, when they're from Wisconsin.
Well, there it is, Demoose and Rusty, right there.
Albany, New
Syracuse
York,
is
south of Albany.
Rusty is saying he's from south of Albany.
Okay. Man, I've never been that far. I've been to Philadelphia, and that's far up that way I've been.
Wait, when you were at Philly, did you go to see the Rocky statue?
Man, I flew into Philly and I flew right out to Atlanta. I was flying from a job that I had in Newport News, Virginia, that shipyard there, and I was coming home to stay, and they screwed up my flight. Instead of a flight from Newport News to Atlanta to Gulfport, they had to reschedule me. Said, well, we can get you a flight, but you're going to have to fly to Philadelphia and then Atlanta, then to Gulfport. And that was the first time I've ever flown on one of the big jumbo jets that was from Philadelphia to Atlanta. That thing, I didn't think people would ever stop coming in that plane. It's like 3 seats, middle row, 3 more seats. That thing was massive, man.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I'm good. If I got a cold beer in a glass, I'm good.
My youngest son, he spent a year and a half up there working. He just come back in May, bought a house down here. Now he's working at this shipyard again as a contractor. So he's got a house now, so he's got to stay.
Russ, so I know recently we were talking about what you were going to be freeze drying. Are you going to try and freeze dry those hot dogs?
I don't know, man. What I was saying all the other night, you know, I freeze dried my weenie and this happened, but I don't know. We'll see. If I do, it's gonna be after the holidays because I've got too many things planned, you know.
Dude, that's a good one. People will click on that.
Yeah, I freeze dried my weenie and this happened. Clickbait. Got to do it. You got to do it.
And then the first shot, you've got this hot dog and you're squirting some mustard on it.
Yeah.
Now, I've got some delicious hot dogs right here, but I'm going to show you how I got to this. Because 6 months back, this juicy wiener was freeze dried. And this video starts right now. You make it look like you did it like 6 months ago.
I forget who suggested it, but somebody said rehydrate it in beer. And you know, they steam hot dogs in beer. Some places do. But I'm like, that might be a little too much. I'd have to experiment with one before I start filming to see how the beer tastes. I wouldn't want it to taste like beer, you know, with it. So we'll see.
But yeah, you said that there's a local beer quote Biergarten in Charlotte that they do their hot sausages, bratwurst and stuff.
Yeah,
hot dogs.
Yeah,
too, if you will. But yeah, they steam them in beer.
Yeah, I think this first sausage video I ever did, it was bratwurst that I made homemade, and when I was grilling it, I had a squirt bottle with beer. Actually, I've still got it somewhere. It pops over a beer bottle, and you can squirt the beer.
Good old beer brats.
I'm sitting there squirting the brats down with beer as they're cooking. You know,
so good.
Oh yeah, man.
God, them sausages up there are ridiculous.
We used to take and these are like Johnsonville or whatever store-bought brats, and we'd grill them. Then we'd put them in a crock pot with butter and onions and stuff like that, and beer, and just let them sit there and braise. People get ready to make one, they'd take a pair of tongs, reach in there and grab that bratwurst, you know, put whatever they like on it. Mustard, good mustard. You know.
Now we talk about that. I'm still wanting to kill my kid. He's got where he's staying at in Germany, like 3. I'm trying to say this right. 3 buildings down. 3 buildings down from where he's living is a butcher shop. They make every day fresh sausages, brats. He goes in there. He's got me on live, you know, Facebook Messenger, showing me around, going, "Dad, what do you think about these?" I'm like, "Yes, all of them. Get them."
Heck yeah.
He gets 9 fresh, today made brats. Now, we've all bought brats in local grocers, and I'm just using this as far as our prices. They range from, if you buy them in the pack, Johnsonville, let's say Johnsonville.
Yeah.
You know, they're what, $9, $10, $12 for a pack.
Nowadays, probably they used to be like $4, but yeah, since I bought them. But
2 weeks ago, he paid for 9 fresh made today brats, €2.50.
Wow, that's crazy.
Which is about $3.75 American. And I'm like, dude, all right, so when you come home in January, I want you to wrap some of these sumbitches up in some ice packs, put them on your carry-on, and just bring them on over.
Yeah, that one I made back, man, it's been 5, 6, 7 years ago. It was a very one and only sausage video I had until I did that sausage series a couple of years ago, 3 years ago. But anyway, that was an actual German recipe that I used. I can't remember where I got it, but man, it was delicious. It was freaking good. You know?
He said the same. He said, Dad, these are the best sausages I ever had in my life. Well, and the funny thing is, right beside the butcher shop is the bakery.
Yeah.
Fresh made bread. I'm like, dude, go in there and get you some fresh pumpernickel. I need some fresh pumpernickel in my life. You know?
Yeah.
He goes, I really don't like that. But now that they've made it fresh and that he can get it fresh, warm loaf.
Yeah.
He says it's nothing like nothing.
Yeah. I've never had made in Germany, of course, but our pumpernickel, I like it. I like rye bread with like that caraway seed and stuff, you know?
Oh, yeah. That rye bread. Yeah, he said the same thing. He hates rye bread. But over there, he's like, oh, we just made a sandwich with this pork schnitzel and da-da. I'm like, I want to kill you right now. You know that, right?
Yeah. Heck yeah. I need to get some sausage Yeah, man, I'd like to see that for sure. It's a job though. Making it's not that bad. It's the cleanup. Oh God, I'll haul everything outdoors. I'll take a water hose and start hosing all that crap out, you know, and then I'll bring it in, put it in the sink. Then the wife actually soap it up and clean it. But the one thing I hate cleaning is my meat slicer. You got to take the blade off. And it can be a pain in the butt sometimes. That crap goes everywhere. I only use it maybe once, twice a year on videos. That's about it. You're muted, Lewis.
Yeah, the cleanup is not fun when it comes to sausage making. I will say that.
No, it's not at all.
Yeah. Definitely
but
not.
I got this new smoker, and I don't want it to barbecue it. I've got good pits to do that with. I want it strictly for sausage, beef sticks, beef jerky, bacon, you know, stuff like that.
Is that the old hickory you talk about, or
no? I'm talking about that one I showed earlier in the chat. Did you see it? That Pro Smoker?
No, I didn't.
I'll pull it back up real quick.
That's that one that came from Pro Smoker that was partnered up with the.
Oh, I gotta open it back up and let's see. Yeah, I just got this thing in 2 days ago, and
that thing's beautiful.
Oh, but it's nice, man. It's expensive, but it's nice. Let's see. Let me close this. Right now, let me do that again. See if I can find it. Oh, I got to hit on window. No wonder. Yeah, here it is. All right, it's there.
There you go. Yeah, the cleanup is not fun.
You see it down there, Lewis?
Oh yeah, I see it. Got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's it. It's an upgrade from the PK100 that I've had for the last 3 years. This one, and they also got a Pro Classic, I think they're calling it, but it doesn't have that bottom cart and it don't have the side table. And I don't know what the other differences are, but this one will go up another 50 degrees compared to the PK100. And they sent me a box with 3 different sawdust, and one of them was mesquite. And I'm like, I am not using that freaking mesquite. Then Jeff says, burn it off with it. You got to do a 3-hour burnout. I said, yeah, that's right. I said, okay, I'll do that with mesquite because I'm not smoking mesquite. I can't stand the flavor, man.
I hate to say it, I'm not a big mesquite fan either. So
I'll grill with it, like directly over the top. It's good for grilling. It burns real hot. That I don't mind, but actually smoking a meat, especially like sausage where you got lower temps, oh hell no.
Hickory's as dark as I'll go.
Yeah. And that's what we use around here. Pecan. It is pecan, y'all.
It's all about that pecan, baby.
It's pecan, man.
It's all about that pecan.
The middle of the road. It's pecan.
Yeah, see, or hickory, and I can go right there in my backyard and get both of them. So,
hey, you know what though? I might be a noob, but what the hell is up with pecan and hickory?
All right, so
they're related.
They are.
Freaking wood, isn't it? The pecan and the hickory?
No, it's not. They're two separate. They're two separate trees, but in the same genus.
Yeah.
Not species, but genus.
Genesis?
Genesis. They're the same genesis, two different species. Do they smoke the same? Kind of,
but no. Hickory's a little bit more harsh than pecan, but not by much. I love hickory. That's what I smoke with primarily. Yeah. All the sausage I've ever done, like on that sausage series, it was hickory sawdust. And I could smell it. I'm like, oh God, I hope this isn't acrid. That's what I was smelling. Then when I bit into it, I'm like, oh my God. It's like, holy crap, that's good.
Yeah.
It fooled me. It fooled me big time. But Rusty, man, if you had one of them, you would love it. I promise you. It lays smoke on that sausage perfectly. And the good thing about them, like if you go to, and I'm not saying use none of their kits, just make your own sausage the way you do it. But they can give you some guidelines on how much sawdust to put in that pan depending on what you're doing. Beef sticks, I'll put a quarter of a pan. That's going to put the perfect amount for that size smoker. If I'm doing like a venison sausage with a hog casing, it's probably going to be about 3/4 of that pan. The pan is about that big around. And once you use a little bit, you'll start dialing that in too. But it's a really nice smoke. Nothing acrid about it at all. And you got to wet your sawdust. You got to wet it. And I'm like, man, I've always had the mindset that you don't ever wet wood. You're setting yourself up for acrid taste. Not true with this one. Not true at all.
All right. I hope not to offend anyone, but yeah, it's time for a cancer stick.
No, do what you got to do.
Nah, you ain't bothering me. I got a dip in my mouth. Yeah, we cook with a lot of oak too. Blackjack to be specific. It's real prevalent in Alabama where Derek lives, and he filled his yard up with that stuff a couple of years ago.
JD, what do you like smoking your sausage with?
I just put almost everything I get is just white oak around here. Anything else is double the price.
So white oak, Russ. When people say white oak, is that the same as post oak?
No,
you got different species. You got red oak, and you also got a coastal red oak, like in California, that they use on their Santa Marias. That ain't the same red oak we have here. There's all kind of oak species out there, but you can smoke with any of it.
Subspecies of white oak.
Yeah,
so it's close, but it's not exactly the same.
And blackjack looks a lot like a water oak, but it don't grow like where water oak grows. You know, it's very similar to bark and everything, but you can use any of them.
If it wasn't so dark out here, Lewis, I'd show you a blackjack oak. It's right beside. Literally, I'm looking at it.
Yeah,
a blackjack oak.
Yes,
it's called blackjack. It's great to barbecue with.
Wow, I've never even heard of that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Post oak,
softwood or pellets, I'll cook on it.
Post oak is one of the softer oak trees.
I like the taste of it though. I like the way it smells coming out of the smoker.
So,
oh God, yeah.
So Stephen, when you're saying that it's one of the softest, are you saying that it's one of the softest when it comes to scent, smoke? Like
yes, yeah.
Oh, that's a real mellow, soft smoke, and it's
right. Yeah, because I can get white oak around here, like literally right there.
Okay, so
it's
post oak to you is the same as white oak, right?
Say that one more time.
Is post oak the same as white oak?
No.
White oak. I mean, post oak looks like a scrub oak to me. Mm-hmm. That's what it looks like an old scrub post. But they actually make post out of it. That's how it got its name.
Yeah.
But it's more of a Texas. It's real prevalent, like in your state.
Yeah,
along with mesquite.
Everywhere I look out here, it's nothing but post oak. You know.
Yeah.
It's nothing but post oak out here. Everywhere I look out here, it's nothing but post oak.
Yeah.
That's what I was asking.
We get white oak and apple up here.
So, like I know, Russ, where you're at, it's all about that hickory. Probably the same with Steven.
Pecan, hickory, and oak.
Probably. Rusty,
I'm back again until the daughter wakes up again, but we'll see.
How old is she? You got a little young one there?
She's 7. She's normally good, but I don't know what her problem is tonight. So
okay,
the way it goes.
Yeah, Lewis, I can walk right there and get white oak. I can walk right there and get pecking.
It's all about that pecking, baby. It's all about that pecking.
Pecan. And I can walk right there and get some of that blackjack. I have choices.
Oh yeah,
that's awesome.
And
yeah, we got all kind of
trees. One of those.
They shed limbs every year, so it's
there it is right there, man. Did you see what Rusty Lamb did? He just slid that thing shut now for the night.
That thing holds a lot of charcoal too. That fire
rim. What I do most times is I start it at night and I throw a pork butt on overnight, and then in the morning I'll put ribs on and we'll cook all that on one load of charcoal. So
heck yeah. How do you like yours in one corner, or where do you like yours at?
I like to take my chimney starter and put it inside the cabinet, lay it in there, because then it preheats the cabinet, and then I dump it in one corner. If I'm going for an overnight cook, I'm going to put the tea plates, whatever they call them, and make just one tea plate. I found doing two is too cold, but I just put one tea plate in to split it.
Yeah.
But we're doing ribs, so we don't need no tea plates. We'll just shut it down when I get done and save the extra charcoal.
Now, what pit are you running?
Normally 225. If I'm just doing ribs, I might crank it up 250 and get it done. But that smoker don't really like cooking much above 235, especially with water in it. You waste a lot of fuel to try going higher than that because you know water boils at 212, so you're burning up all your fuel to boil that water.
Yeah. What kind of pit? What kind of pit is that? Is that
LSG mini?
Yeah, LSG mini.
Insulated mini. I like the way that you fill water in from the top. You know, if you start seeing steam coming out, it's your clue to pour more water in that little hole in the top, and it runs all the way down to that water pan. Yeah,
and I can tell you, I've never cooked anything that hasn't come out great. You know, I got started on a Weber Smoky Mountain, and man, that thing, it was hit or miss. Sometimes it'd come out great, and sometimes you'd over smoke, or you know how it is on them things. But man, this thing, everything's just got a sweet smoke flavor. I think there's enough volume in there, but
it does great
with that water pan. Man, everything's juicy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I loved mine. I really did, but there was so much real estate on it. It's just like I'm not pulling that out to do one brisket or one pork butt or one turkey. I'd rather use this pit, and that's why it just sit there. I think I only did like 4 videos the whole time I had it, maybe 5. You know, I said I'm selling it. Then I regretted it a week later. I'm like, God, I shouldn't have sold that. I only sold it for $500 to make matters worse. You know.
Dang.
So would a Masterbuilt be equivalent to buying something today?
Say that again.
Gravity fed. The Masterbuilt gravity fed, would that be equivalent to that today?
I think it's the same idea. This is better built though.
Yeah. The Masterbuilt, they sent me one of them, the company that bought out Kamado Joe, and I got it here, and I was doing ribs. I usually start off with ribs on any new smoker I get. You know, that's just, I've always done that, smoky ribs, you know. And I put them ribs in there, and, you know, I checked on them periodically, and every time I looked, they looked like they were still raw. And it was like almost 4 hours in, the ribs should be about done, right? Yeah. And I said, something ain't right here. And I told Derek, I said, go in my room and get me one of those other digital thermometers. I put another thermometer in there. That thing was 100 degrees off from where I had it set.
Wow.
I'm like, holy crap. And he goes, man, I can't hang here all night. I said, no video. Just go ahead and leave. I'm going to go ahead and ramp this thing up another 100 degrees and get finished with them. Or I might have put them in the oven. I don't remember. But I was so ticked off. And so I emailed him. I said, man, I said, this sensing probe you got that's supposed to hold this thing at a certain temperature is 100 degrees off. And so they sent me another one. Well, it was a royal pain in the ass trying to put this new one in the way they had it. So I didn't do it the way they had it, but I made it work. And I did one video with it. I did some chicken wings. It worked good. It held temperatures and everything. And I did that one video, and I said, that's it. They got one video, and I ended up giving it to Derek. I said, you can have this piece of crap.
I'm not you know, pay $100 for one video.
And other people's like, oh, man, we love ours. And I said, I guess I got a lemon. I don't know, you know. But I wasn't impressed.
It seemed like they were all the rage about a year or 2 years ago or whenever it was, but I haven't seen much of them since.
No, they probably didn't hold up. Well, after I gave it to Derek, a year later, the fan went out. And I'm like, freaking Chinese bull crap.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got electronics, and it ain't gonna last for a long time, in my opinion.
Yeah, a friend of mine, same thing, Russ. A friend of mine bought one. It lasted, I think, 2-3 months.
Having issues, yeah.
So I brought him over to the house. I said, "Watch this." I loaded up that Yoder, loaded Wichita fire. I said, "Let's put some ribs on." We come inside and watch football for 2.5 hours. Walked back out there, and I said, "Yep, that's what wood would do."
Well, I'll tell you what, you know, I got a lot of smokers, so I got all bases covered, but you can't beat anything that runs off charcoal or wood. And I'm going to say wood above even charcoal, because if the crap ever really hits the fan, you ain't gonna be able to buy charcoal, but you can get wood anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And that's where an offset would shine at that point. And even unless I take one of my power supplies, I couldn't even use my old hickory if all of a sudden the grid went down. You know, I've got some solar generators. I could run it in a situation like that, but I wouldn't. I'd just fire up that offset that's not even here. It's over at my son's house, but it's still mine.
Every time I shut down the workhorse, I'll just load it up with wood, and it just dries it for me.
Right. So I think you need to own at least one wood-fired type smoker. You know, I really believe that.
And I'm like Lewis, y'all know it. Lewis and I both on Rectex, you know, pellet grills, and you know, to each their own.
Yeah, I'm not going to bash pellet grills, because I've owned 1, 2, 3 of them. I've owned 2 Camp Chefs, and now the LSG, which I don't even claim because I gave it to my youngest son.
Yeah. You know? But when it comes down to what Russ was talking about, like when the shit hits the fan and we don't have electricity, and
Yeah.
I'm thinking a 10-inch Weber kettle that I have out there.
Oh yeah.
And you could use wood with that. You can burn wood down, make coals, shovel them in. You're in business. You know.
That's all you need. As a matter of fact, all you need is a grill grate, a small grill grate. That's all you need.
Over some cinder blocks or something, man.
I got about 5 foot firewood stacked in the backyard, so we're staying warm and we're eating one way or the other.
That's right. We're gonna figure ways to do it.
You know what? That would be one hell of a collab to run. Is like Survivor Series. Let's call it Survivor Series Cookout. You know?
Yeah.
Like get creative. Get your grill grate and go out
or grid down series. Like, oh crap, man! All the grids down, the power's out. Yeah. What am I going to do? I can't use this pellet grill that I bought from China. And
Hey, here's another thing I'm glad I have on that topic. Right there.
Yeah. Stove. There you go.
I mean, I use it more than the stove in my house, I think. I cook out here on the deck and we keep the fumes out here, but when the power goes out, I still got a good stove,
Heck yeah. I've got that. I bought it. Golly, man, we bought that 10 years ago. And people ask me all the time, what kind of stove? I know that ain't Camp Chef. I said, yes, it is. It's a 4-burner. It's called a Somerset. And they don't make it no more with the cast iron grates like mine has. It runs off propane, but it's got 30,000 BTU burners on it.
Yep.
And man, it's over at Derek's. He just cleaned it. It's got like aluminum up under the burners, and it was looking dirty and grimy. Well, he cleaned part of it. He didn't clean it all, but he used some mineral spirits where he's working. They just give it to him. And he said, man, it cleaned the fire out of it. It looks brand new. I said, do the rest of it. Oh, I will.
Yeah, you said that, Russ. And we were cleaning the one of the buildings out at my mom's house and found like a 1970s Camp Chef 2-burner.
Yeah.
With the old pump-up tank.
Oh, man.
The old white gas one you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
White gas.
I've done a few cooks like last year about this time on that thing, and people didn't comment on what I was cooking. They're like, what kind of stove you got? What kind of stuff? It's a cast iron grates. They look pretty cool on it, I said, Camp Chef Somerset.
I use this every night, We're cooking burgers. I'm cooking bacon right next door. I don't have to go in and out of the house or nothing.
Yeah, that's what Derek does. He goes outside.
The other thing I do sometimes, I throw my chimney starter right on top there to get it going and dump it in the grill.
Yeah. And he's done used it so much now. If you let them sit up for a while and get a lot of dust, they'll burn an orange flame. But his or mine, it's over there called the reason I said his, but it burns a beautiful blue flame just like your stove in your house does. And he uses a fire out of that thing for their just cooking meals. He'd rather do it outside than in the kitchen. They have electric stove in the kitchen.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, you can still get the Somerset, I think, but they don't have the cast iron grates anymore, or they didn't last time I looked. That's the best thing about that setup. 4 burners, but I've never used all 4 at one time.
No.
2 maybe.
Yeah, I mean that's what it's all about, man. Just take that little grill grate with you and putting it in your backpack.
Heck yeah.
That's all you need, man. That is all you need. You know how to start a fire.
Oh yeah. I did a series about 2 years ago, and a few of them videos really did well, but I started that series off with this. It's like 3/4 of an inch thick. It's made by golly, what's the name of that company? It's a machinist company actually, but they plasma cut these real heavy stainless steel grates, and they got 2 poles that's got like anchors. You drive one and you have to lay the grill there to gauge where the other one goes, and you slide this thing over it, you slide it down, then when you let the front of the weight, it'll hold it wherever you got it, so you can go up, down, whatever you want. And I did a live fire cooking video. And then after that, I started doing every smoker I own, drum smoker, Weber grill, offset, just on and on. I think there was like 5 or pellet grills. Jeff Rice did the video for me for the pellet grills because he's so well versed in them. And the Weber video did the best. It's almost 800,000 views now. So,
wow.
Yeah,
That's almost 1 million.
Yeah, the last time I looked, it's still like ranking as one of my top videos, but some of them only got 15,000 and some got 40, 50,000. But that one video, that sucker took off. It didn't at first. It took it 3 months, and all of a sudden there wasn't no stopping it. I'll have to go look and see how many.
Yeah. Kind of strange. Kind of weird. But yeah, dudes, it's 9:10 p.m. on Halloween weekend, Saturday night, guys. Anybody have anything planned tonight on the panel?
Oh, not really.
Nope. You saw my big segment for the night.
Yeah,
Rusty-
700.
Rusty has got a
700.
hell of a cook going on tonight.
Come on,
Jake,
come on.
Come
Two
on,
cookers. I might actually. I'm talking bad about the pellet grill, but I haven't decided. I might throw that eye around on the pellet grill. For some reason, I do like beef roast on there. We'll see.
I'll tell you what I enjoy on my pellet grills, like straight up, I'll be honest, 100% with you. Poultry, chicken,
Yeah.
quail. That, I don't know what it is, but
Chicken wing. Chicken wing.
it's because it runs those high, consistent hot heats, high temps. It's just, it turns out a fantastic product. That's why they call them a chicken cooker.
Lewis, you say quail. You need to try Dove.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I
On the
love
380. It
But that's
is
good.
ridiculous on the 380.
Yeah,
Oh,
here
wow.
in Central Texas, we have a poultry shop in Austin, downtown Austin, on the northwest side of Austin, downtown. And you can get any poultry that you want: pheasant, quail. I mean, you can get like the pre-smoked pheasant that you just put on your offset. Oh my God, that is like the most amazing tasting poultry that I've ever had. Is smoked pheasant. Smoked pheasant, you guys, from
Sounds
this
good.
shop is fucking fantastic. I'm telling you guys, it is so delicious. It's just like you eat a little nibble of it, and you're gonna see me, Russ and guys, panel. I'm gonna be going live on Thanksgiving Eve in the countryside in my brother's place. We always do the smoked pheasant. We do the quail with the raspberry sauce, grilled fast on his big ass grills that he has. He has a big ass offset. We cook turkeys all night long. We do chili, which my chili won last year. So I can say that I technically could say that I have an award-winning chili.
There you go. Heck yeah.
Because I won, baby. But
Now, Lewis doesn't have beans or no beans.
well, you know,
Texas, so I don't know.
Texan, but my chili consisted of beans. Yes,
I got three. Yeah.
it had 3 different beans.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised you lived to walk away from that,
Yeah.
especially in
man.
Texas.
When I post a chili recipe, just I already know I'm gonna get bombarded with this chili ain't got beans. That's nice bean soup you got there, blah blah blah. But I don't mind them comments because them videos usually do pretty good.
Yeah.
But I did 6 of them videos in that beginner series. Started with the live fire grilling, then the Weber 742,000, then the pellet, then a Kamado, then the drum smoker, and the one I thought would do the best was the offset. And it only got 12,000 views, 12 and a half. The one I thought would do the best, and the Weber tore them all up, man. But that series was very well worth doing over time.
Yeah, it's all about beans for me, man. But I will say this: if I'm having a chili dog, I don't want any beans in my chili.
Oh
dog.
no.
They really call that chili.
I will not accept beans in my chili.
They call that chili sauce anyway. Really, technically, that's called a chili sauce. But
Yeah.
no, I don't want beans
all
on my
about
hot
the
dog.
It's not just beans; it's 3 different beans:
Yeah,
the black, the pinto, and the kidney. You put those 3 beans on a bowl of chili, and it's cold as hell, and it's sleeting one side of your face, and you ask it to get alcohol and try to stay warm. You better believe your ass that a bowl of chili with those 3 beans in it are gonna keep you warm.
Oh yeah.
All night long, man. All night long.
the best chili I ever made on period, not just on video, but I did a cast iron chili, and I actually dried like jalapenos and turned into jalapeno powder. I had some peppers that somebody said, I think they were ghost peppers. I didn't put much of that. I put just like a quarter of a teaspoon in that whole pot, but it had a nice heat level and just freaking really good,
Yeah.
But people tore me up on that one too. Chili ain't got beans, blah, blah, blah. So, well, my chili does.
You know what,
Yeah.
Right.
I don't care if it's got beans or doesn't, as long as it's good.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what people tear me up on is when I do a chicken video and they don't see that I washed my chicken.
Now,
if they don't see that I washed
Oh,
chicken.
yeah. I don't watch nothing, man, because all you doing is
Oh my God,
that-
dude, tear my ass up, dude.
It
Go
goes-
back.
Are you cooking?
That's what the fire is for. If there's any pathogens on that, you're going to take care of them, you know?
100%, but it's like
Right.
these people that are like from out of town saying, "Oh, this is an amazing cook, but next time you do this, please try to soak your chicken wings in some vinegar for about an hour before you, put rub on them and try to cook them."
Chicken.
What is that?
You know what I tell them people? I say, hey, buddy, you do you, I'll do me.
I know.
End of story.
I'm polite 100%. I tell them, hey, man, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you. I'll try that next time. Thank you for watching.
yeah.
That's all I say. Thanks for watching. Give them a big thumbs up.
But what kills me about them chili videos is I'll title it Chili with Beans. And they still go in there and comment. But I don't mind because it really does help the video out when you
Good for you.
start
It doesn't
getting
matter.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm just like, this is not a Texas chili.
I've done that before. Right when I start the video, it says, okay, I'm doing chili, and this is not a Texas style chili. It's not a bowl of red. This is how I make chili. Now I'll go into it, But they still going to comment.
Like
they can't help it.
Something like this. If I lived in
Still not
Texas,
saying.
this is what my chili would be. Oh, dude, that would be such a good title. Anybody would click on it. You know what I mean?
It's also like the comments people love to make. I'll make like stuff leftover brisket, and they're like, "There's no such thing as leftover brisket at my house. What is leftover brisket? I've never heard of that." Like, God, please,
That's a lot of people if you have no leftover brisket.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's like no leftover pulled pork. Ribs
Right.
maybe, but not pulled pork or
Right.
brisket.
Well, what they need to do is call Kevin Green down at the butcher shop in Pensacola, Florida, and cook one of those Wagyu A9s.
Yeah,
And if 2-3 people could eat a 14-pound brisket, they've done something.
they're gonna be throwing up more than likely. It's so rich. My goodness.
Have you ever had one, Russ?
No.
It's ridiculous. We fed 8 people and had leftover brisket.
The best brisket I ever bought was Snake River Farms, and I also had one from Low Bells. I don't think either one was Wagyu, but they were really good briskets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that A9 from Kevin Green. Like I said, we fed 8 people with a 14-pound brisket and had plenty of leftover.
Oh yeah. If I'm rocking a brisket, man, I've got more than 8 people here. And you guys see my videos. A lot of times I'm doing 2 or 3 briskets at a time. That's because I have a lot of people here that night. I'm cooking a lot of shit because like when I'm rocking a brisket, like I know that's gonna feed them and keep them happy, and it's hopefully gonna leave me some leftovers, just enough to mix in with the wide open baked potato. there's a BBQ joint down here that calls it. Oh my God, what do they call it? It's a baked potato loaded with brisket and all the other toppings like chives, onions, sour
cheese.
cream. Oh, it's called
loaded baked potato, or
no.
Loaded brie tater.
Oh my God, dude, it's killing me. I forgot what they call it. I'll remember. Continue.
I know I had some A5 Wagyu steaks out of Japan sent to me one time, 1/2 inch thick, and they were done like seared in a skillet, and you're only supposed to take like small bites of that. And I did not like it. I just didn't like the way it felt in my mouth. I'd take a good old prime ribeye over that any day of the week, a USA prime ribeye, you know.
Well, those A5s, A9 Australian Wagyu's coming from Kevin, down in Pensacola. That's what 98% of the barbecue teams are using in competition now.
Oh yeah, that's their edge, or trying to be their edge.
Each one bite, so.
Yeah.
Those things are so rich, but God knows they're so good.
Yeah. I've never had that kind of brisket, but as far as a ribeye or whatever kind of steak that was, I'm just saying ribeye. I don't even remember. But, I mean, yeah, it was good, but I'd rather have an American prime ribeye any day of the week. Because I want to taste the beef. The fat's good, but I don't want that much fat in it. My goodness. Yeah. The one thing about the Wagyu fat, it melts when you touch it. I mean,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That brisket I cooked here was so, I literally had to almost keep it froze to trim it. What little, very, very, very little bit of trimming I had to do.
Yeah.
It almost had to be just before froze because, like you said, Russ, you touch it,
melts.
It just melts.
You'll see the liquid on your finger from just that little bit of heat, you know.
Oh yeah, and but when it was,
Baker, I just remembered it. Chop Baker is what it's called. It's a big ass baked potato cut open, like 2 or 3 scoops of chopped brisket in it, all the toppings, sour cream, green onions. I mean,
that sounds good.
On its own, dude. You can't finish it. You can't. You just can't. Go to Chop Baker. They use the huge russet potatoes, like the huge ones.
Like big ass bacon potatoes, yeah.
Yeah, just massive ass potatoes.
Yeah, there's a place around here they sell the Spud Max. This is what it's called. It's like a 2-pound freaking potato.
Holy crap!
It is. These things are ridiculous.
Dang.
JD, do you have any secrets on them baked potatoes up there in Indianapolis, buddy?
Not a baked potato person myself, so I avoid all root vegetables, I guess.
How about you, Rusty Lamb?
No, I'm not eating potatoes either. Just give me that brisket with some cheese and sour cream, whatever else you want to pile on. I'm good.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I want, man. You get leftover brisket, you got some cheese on there, sour cream, pickled jalapenos. That's good eating right there.
Yeah.
He's all about that protein, man.
That's it. Protein and fat. That's what we're living on.
He ain't about the carbs or the sugar or any of that.
Nope.
Give him the protein.
I like a good baked potato, but it's got to have like good bacon bits and cheese and sour cream and green onions. But I have to salt and pepper it before I add all that. And I guess I've had it all my life. That's the reason I like it. You know.
Oh my goodness! If you ever come to Texas,
I've eaten plenty of potatoes, but I gave them up. I don't know. I just, you got to add all that to it to make them good. So why not eat the good stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
Potato out of it.
I mean, really, I'd rather cut that potato up and make French fries out of it. But that's just me.
Yeah, Russ, you ever come to Texas? Next time you come to Texas, find a little joint called Smoky Moe's BBQ. And order yourself BBQ. You order yourself a Chop Baker. That's
what city is that in?
It's everywhere in Texas.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I think there's one in East Texas. It's they're everywhere in Texas. It's Central Texas now.
Okay.
Smoky Mo's is what they're called. Smoky
Mo's. I don't foresee going there, but hey, if I ever do, I got a lot of relatives in the Houston area.
I'll tell you, if you ever do, just order yourself a chopped baker. Don't order anything else because you're not going to finish that chopped baker, dude. I promise you.
Heck yeah, sounds good.
It is. It really is. It's insane. I don't know what the. It's like they want you to move here or something when they serve you a chopped baker.
You know, my dad never cooked anything, and my mom didn't cook steaks because my dad never liked the way she done them because she overcooked them and he couldn't chew them. So we'd go to steak houses every now and then, you know, around the town I was raised in, Bonanza Steakhouse, Western Sizzler Steakhouse. And even as kids, we get a ribeye steak, a big baked potato, and it come with a big old thick thing of like Texas toast. And that was the meal, and a little salad, like a little garden salad. And that was the meal. So I got used to eating baked potatoes with meat a long time ago. I don't do it very often. I can't tell you the last time I had a baked potato, but I do like them a lot, you know.
Oh yeah, I tell you, man, potatoes and beef. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm with you. And Louis, I'm with you on that. Every time I cook a steak, there's going to be a baked potato on the side. I'm sorry.
It's got to be baked potatoes, maybe some fries, maybe some of those fire roasted potatoes that are cubed up. Put them out there on the fire with some salt and pepper, maybe some olive oil sprayed on there. Oh my goodness.
Now my wife does a crazy good roasted red potato.
Yeah.
That's my favorite with a steak. Hands down. Oh God, yeah.
The only red potatoes we eat typically are them little new potatoes, and we throw them in our crawfish bowls, and they suck up all that seasoning.
And you take those little small red potatoes and cut them in half and season them. So my wife works at a seasoning company. So oh yeah. So I got all the backfill on a lot of stuff that's coming out. It's not coming out that they give her, and some of that seasoning she gets like Little Potato Company out of Alberta, Canada, and they made a ton of seasoning for them. And she'll put that stuff on those half cut little new potatoes, like you talking about, Russ, and just bake them, or I'll put them on the grill. And holy crap, with a steak, I'm in.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
There's something about a steak and potatoes, like steak and my potatoes that I always do, man. It's got like 3 different kinds of potatoes in it. It's got the little red potatoes, little purple ones, and the just you regular tan ones that you see. Oh my God, dude! Those are all little like this. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Those are so freaking good.
And it takes it really, and Louis, it takes no time to cook them.
No, it doesn't. They're done in less than 30 minutes. Maybe in that bullseye the way I do them.
Yeah, and it's the same thing with me.
With some bacon and some chopped up onions and garlic. Oh my God!
Oh man, that sounds
Come
good.
on now.
You're making me hungry, man. Y'all need to stop it.
Right. Robin, I need some baked potatoes. Come here.
I was sitting there thinking, probably the last baked potatoes I've had, when I had my Santa Maria, I had dry aged with this thing, a full ribeye, and I was cooking some of them steaks. And where the fire was, I had a whole bunch of lumped charcoal, and I had these potatoes wrapped up, and I just stuck them right on the fire, and I'd roll them over every now and then. That's how I cooked them, you know, and I probe them every now and then to see how tender they were. And I think that's the last time I've had them.
Hey, Russ,
that's been
I have a good idea.
2 years ago.
have a good idea. And talking about that, this is my idea. The next video that you do, because you have that fake ager, right? That Pro Smoker sent you.
Yeah.
Make it look like you're picking up the phone and calling Guga. And I will be the voice of Guga. I will be my voice.
Oh my God.
Guga. And I will be like, yes, who is this? And you can tell me, you can say, hey, this is Russ from Smoky Ribs. I got that food ager, and I was thinking maybe you could give me some tips on dry curing that steak or whatever you do.
Well, what you do is you take some peanut butter and spread it on your steaks.
Oh yeah. And then
Peanut butter, sriracha, and honey.
The voice I can be like, oh yes.
JD, you sounded more like Guga than the rest of them.
Yes. And talking about that.
Yeah, that guy's wild, man. He is a steak guy, first off, but he has tried so many different things. From what I gather, it don't matter what you put on a steak, it's still going to dry age, which I don't put nothing. You know what I'm saying? It just goes in there and builds a pellicle and then holds in everything.
And talking about that, let me tell you, I took a steak and I creamed it with peanut butter and I dry aged it. And let me tell you this, it was so delicious.
In 6 months, there's going to be a dry aged amaranth steak.
Yes, dude, you gotta do a spoof like that,
Too
Ron.
funny.
Yeah, they can do that to get it out there. You know what I mean? And see, we're all small channels. We can do stuff like that. It'll never get anywhere. But dude, you're the guy with the platform that can.
I used to be able to, man. My channel's been in decline for a couple of years at least now. It's not what it used to be. I don't know if I'm just an old has-been. I know I'm old, but you know, it's still making money because I got so much content out there, and I'm hoping going into November all the numbers are going to go up, you know, but I'm not complaining. I mean, it still does all right, but not like I want it to.
I think you're doing excellent, man. You're not an old has-been.
Oh, well, you can go look
and looking for recipes for you, you know?
Which, granted, I've done a few videos recently that I knew wouldn't do good, like the Vivor oil press thing. I knew that video wasn't going to do good, but I wanted one, you know? So.
Oh, the oil press. Yeah, that thing's awesome.
Yeah. And, you know, there's videos like that. Some of them surprised me, though. I did that ice machine Vivor almost a year ago, installed it over there at Derek's. I showed drilling through the block wall and hooking up the plumbing. Actually, I had Derek under there hooking up the plumbing. And I'm like, man, this video ain't going to do nothing. That video's gotten over 42,000 views since then. I was like, dang, I would have never dreamed that. You know, Vivor is not top of the line anything. You know, face it.
There's people.
Keep it Chinese.
Definitely Chinese. When you got a company that makes everything under the sun and don't excel at any of them, can't none of it be that great, you know.
It's just that people are interested in some of those products and they'll search for that.
Well, they're very inexpensive. That's the thing.
For Workhorse 1975, JD happened to be one of those videos that popped up, you know.
Now I do like that big ass mixer I got. I'll use that in my sausage video, even though I got a. Oh, I'm sorry. You were talking, but I've got that big mixer that hooks to my meat grinder. But instead of pouring that out, I'm gonna throw all that meat in that big mixer I got now from Vivor. That thing works really good. You know?
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's got that big old paddle in there. I'll get that thing mixed up in a hurry, and it'd probably do better than the one that's made for the grinder.
Hey,
that thing's pain in the butt.
Does it mix like this or does it mix like this?
Like this. Well, it's orbital. It does this. It goes around.
So like I wanted to get that 50-pound meat mixer from Made in Meat because I have their grinder and their sausage stuffer and all that shit. But theirs is like it hooks up to the meat grinder, but it has like 4 different paddles and it paddles like this.
Oh yeah.
This, you know.
This one's just like any what do you call that? The regular.
Yeah. Like a KitchenAid?
Yeah, KitchenAid. It's got the same attachment. It's got a dough hook. It's got a whisk, and then it's got this big paddle. It's just like that, but it's just tons bigger. It's like 15 quart or something like that. Or maybe it's 10 quart. I don't remember, but it's way bigger than my KitchenAid. It'll make 4 of them. You know.
Oh, okay.
It's heavy too.
That KitchenAid. That's what I use when I'm mixing burgers for the grill.
Yeah.
I just dump the meat in there, dump the seasoning in it, turn it on, and
the biggest reason I wanted that mixer was for boudin, because you cook your boudin, everything's in there, you throw it in there, then you shred it. Shredded boudin is better than grind boudin. The texture of it. Then you mix your rice in there, mix all that up, then you stuff it, and it's just so good. But that's the reason I wanted that mixer, But it'll actually work on any sausage as far as mixing your meats and seasonings and water and everything else together.
I think it's awesome. I think Rusty Lambs mixes his like this.
Yeah, that's it, by hand. That's it.
That's how I started, man.
The biggest upgrade I made was getting some glove liners so your fingers don't freeze, especially in the winter.
Right. I was getting ready to say, man, you'll freeze your hands off.
It's a lot less cleanup, and as long as you're making 10 pounds at a time or less, I think it's the only way to go. If you're going to make 30, 40, 50 pounds, you better get a mixer.
If you're going by hand, 10 pounds I think it's perfect.
Yeah, I find anytime I try to make more than 10 pounds of sausage, I screw it up. Because I get in a rush and it's too much, and I'm rushing to grind it, or I'm rushing to mix it, or I just fuck something up. And every time I say I'm going to make a big batch and get ahead,
I hardly ever make over 12 pounds. Like when I was doing all that for PS season, they were sending these kits. Each one of their sausage kits will do 25 pounds. So I would have to do the math to figure out how much of each thing you throw in there I needed. Yeah. And I never would do 25 pounds. It's like I'm doing half of it, 12 and a half pounds,
I tell you what, Russ, I'm doing their kits now.
Yeah.
And they're like that. And as a matter of fact, the last video that I shot last weekend, it wasn't a PS seasoning kit. It was another kit. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
Well, if you cut it in half to 12 and a half, the math is really easy because it tells you the weight of each one of them packets. All you got to do is divide it by 2, and that's how much you put in there. As far as grams, read the grams, cut the grams in half, add it to the 12 and a half pounds. You're in business.
I've got it's a bacon that they sent me that I haven't done yet, but I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
And, we're getting some cooler temperatures here pretty soon, so that's all I've been waiting on is the cooler temps out.
And Lewis, I'm glad you said that, because I've noticed when I'm making sausage or whatever during the summer, and in South Carolina is 105 degrees with 218% humidity, like it is down in Mississippi with you guys.
Yeah.
You can't make sausage like that. Not outside.
Nope, you sure can't. I tried making that. Well, I did, and it turned out good, but I did that venison sausage. That video was done pretty good. But I did that in July of that summer.
Oh, my goodness.
And I've always added water to my smoker for humidity. In the wintertime, you need it when there's no humidity. But in the summer, I could not get no color. It was wet. So I took the water pan and dumped all that water, put it back in there. Then I started getting color. It was dumping weight. But man, that sausage was good. It turned out good at the end. But I realized then during the summer months, do not add water to that smoker. Don't do it,
Well, and you really can't make the sausage outside. You got to keep that sausage cold.
Yep. Well, you can smoke it outside, of course, but I made it. Yeah. I made it inside. I always do that. Even in the winter months, I'll make it inside. Yeah. We got too many cats for me to try to do it outside.
Yeah, but I find even in the summer, just grinding the meat, trying to get it cold and keeping it cold, that's more of a challenge, I mean.
And that's exactly what
because my kitchen gets a little bit warmer than the rest of the house. If you're, 70, 78 degrees or whatever, maybe in hot summertime in the kitchen, that versus 60 something in the winter here up north, it's a big difference how quick that meat starts to get soft and smeared.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I just do it in the kitchen because if I grind it one time and I plan on doing 2 grinds, as soon as I grind it, I'll put that in the freezer. I'll put it in the freezer for 45 minutes. I'll do a second grind, then I'll put it in the freezer. You know, and then
that I did, I just did 1 grind. That's all I did. I just did 1 grind on this last batch on the smallest cutter that I had. But yeah, it came out fantastic, man. I was like, you know what? Grinding it twice was just overrated.
No,
it depends on what you're doing.
Yeah, it depends on what you're doing for sure. Like for ground beef, that 1 grind with 4.5 millimeter plate always. You know, sausage, it depends on what textures I want. Sometimes I do the 10 mil and the 4.5, or sometimes 4.5. But I think if you try to grind it twice, you got a better chance of smearing it and messing up your texture, from my experience.
Especially if it's ice cold. I haven't had no problems, but like when I do hot dogs, I'll grind them 3 times, but it's very, very cold. You know, you got to
like a bologna or something like that.
You got to throw your dyes and everything else in the freezer before you grind it too.
I do. I even got a jacket that I keep it in the freezer, and it wraps around the neck of the where the hopper and everything is. And it's got a little snap. You snap it, it keeps that ice cold. Plus everything else is already cold, got frost on it. Plus the meat is cold, and you do that, you ain't gonna have no problems. But your blades gotta be sharp too, you know.
Yeah, I just replaced mine. I made a batch of sausage there a month or so ago, just loose Italian, and texture wasn't right. It went in the trash, and so did the blade, because that was the problem. I knew when I was grinding it didn't look right.
Hey, Rusty, do you Do you follow Eric at 2 Guys in a Cooler?
I do. I saw their sharpening, but I figured for $20, by the time I screwed around, I'd buy a new blade.
Right. What I got it from the sausage maker, is 2 different stones. Let's say I want to sharpen the die, you know, the plate. Then you put that one rock where your blade goes, put it all together, and it'll grind that real gently on that surface, sharpen it. Then it's got another one that you put it where the die is, and it sharpens the blade. You know, you can do that also. I've never had to do it, but
I tried it on my older. I had a number 8 lem. I tried it on that. I thought it worked okay, but eventually, I think I did it twice. I broke it the second time. I don't know. What's a die in a plate? $40 for the 2 of them. They're going to get 2 years out of them. So.
Something like that. Yeah, I've ordered new ones. Mine are still sharp, but I think Eric uses like a wet dry sandpaper. He'll just
I saw that video he did about a year or so ago where he was sanding it. And I don't know. If you're grinding every day, it's probably worth it, but I don't know.
Yeah, he does too. I talked to him on the phone a lot. He lives in Panama.
He got a business selling sausage, or is he just making that for content? What's he doing?
He does that for content, but what he does, he used to live here in the States. He's from Louisiana. He's half Mexican, half Kunas, Cajun, and he used to travel all over like a salesman or something. And obviously he's got some culinary background. He's too freaking knowledgeable not to. Stuff. Yeah, but he told his wife, said, "You pick somewhere in the world you want to move, and we'll move there." So she picked Panama, and they moved there. And when they got there, the first thing he realized in the grocery store is they did not have freezers with like frozen foods like I ate for supper tonight or anything like that. So he invested all this money into like a actual commercial type kitchen with all this high dollar equipment. I mean, he's got some really good equipment, and he cooks. He's got another channel that shows him doing all that. And they make these meals, they package them up, they freeze them. And then he actually supplied all the freezers for the different stores, and he stocks them with all his food. And he's making mega bucks, man. That's what he does for primary living. Huh?
Who is this?
This is Eric with 2 Guys in a Cooler. Is his YouTube
okay. He didn't live in the States?
No, he lives in Panama. He's from the States. Yeah. He calls me probably at least once a month. You know, that's the reason I got that freeze dryer. He calls me because I reached out to them about 5 years ago, and they're like, "No, we're not interested." So
Yeah.
he told me he just got a freeze dryer from Harvest Right. I said, did they send it to you? He goes, yeah. I went, well, I'll be damned. So because my channel's bigger than his, so I emailed this guy, said, hey, this is Russ with Smoky Riz Barbecue, blah, blah, blah. He said, yeah, man, let's hook up on a call. So we got on a call. And the first thing he told me was like, well, we have never given one of these to anybody, but we can give it to you. We can give you a medium, which is a $3,000 freeze dryer, but you'll, for $500. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. So I sent the guy $500, got it in here. It paid for itself right off the bat with commissions, man.
Oh, okay.
Now it's got enough views. The views have paid for it too. Again, that was the smartest move I ever made. And I don't know if Eric had to pay $500, but the guy told me they don't give them to people. And the reason they don't is because they read these comments on YouTube. Oh, you got that for free. Yeah. If you pay something, you didn't get it for free. You had to pay. I paid him $500 for it. So I paid for it.
Well, that's the whole thing, man. They just, there's haters out there. Haters are out there.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
but I don't list them. I don't list them as a sponsor or anything.
Yeah, man.
And the same thing here. I see a lot of channels, guys doing grills, multiple different company grills. And it's like, did the company give it to them? I don't care. Review the grill. Let's go. Well, yeah, but I don't care.
Yeah.
You
won't see me do any. I'm kind of like Sandy with that. I'm done with China, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing no more V4, no more anything. I say I do. I actually got a moonshine still right here, but I know how to get out of that. It's not legal in this state to own one.
That's awesome.
Hold up. Russ, we need to talk.
Yeah.
I got some friends in Virginia that can learn you some things. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds fun to me. Moonshine. I'd like to try that, but I doubt it's legal in New York. Shit.
Yeah.
It's legal in the lower 50 as long as you don't make.
In case you think I'm lying.
Look at that.
As long as you distill the water with it, you're all right. Once you're making liquor, you're in trouble.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You can make 5 gallons.
Not
per
here, you
year.
can't.
Oh, really?
Nope. Look it up. In this state, it's not legal to own a still that can make alcohol.
Oh, okay. Well, in South Carolina, you can make 5 gallons a year for your
a lot of places you can. I'm gonna probably get it to Derek because it's legal in Alabama too, but not here.
I actually have a jar of blueberry moonshine out here. I've been so damn scared to drink, but I've been telling myself, you know what? I'm gonna pop the top on one of my lives. Maybe I'll do that next weekend. Maybe I'll finally pop the top of that mason jar and finally.
Lewis, you do that, and Lewis, you'll do that, and I'll walk and get my blue jar out of the freezer.
All right, let's do it, man.
Yeah, we'll have to have a moonshine week next week. I got some legit moonshine, legal stuff from one place in Tennessee, but it's like 150 proof.
Next weekend, and then
that's strong.
Will make this shine this week.
What I was gonna do this because I was kind of getting in that prepper mode. Then I backed out of it as quick as I figured out. So I don't need to do that in my channel. It will go to hell if I do that. But I was gonna take and go down here and film getting all this salt water because we're surrounded by salt water, and I was going to distill salt water into distilled water. What comes out of there is going to be fresh and drinkable water, but you give up all the distilled water has none of the minerals in it,
Right. You don't know.
I even bought that. I'm like, if you want to put the trace minerals back in,
look at that.
Put some lead in there. That's the reason I got it, but I have completely backed out of that video. I know it's not going to do good. I just need to stick to what got me to where I'm at, and that's cooking,
JD, what are your thoughts on moonshine? Do you know anything about that?
I know nothing about it, but I am gonna buy a still eventually to do my own bourbon.
Nice. I know you're a big bourbon fan. I know that, because Hell, it's in the name. JD's BBQ
Absolutely.
bourbon.
I'll tell you how you know when something comes from China, because it came with a little instruction booklet, and in there it tells you how to make whiskey out of rice. It's like, that's definitely Chinese.
You gonna make you some sake?
No, I'm not. I'm gonna put this thing in the garage probably tomorrow. And when Derek comes over here, I'm gonna say, take that still. Yeah, he wants to actually make some booze with it, you know. But
yeah, man, you should definitely play with it.
But he's gonna have to get an electrical element, you know, because I'm like, man, I would not have an open fire over that. I would use an electrical element.
Yeah.
I mean, the risk goes down when you're doing that. So the last thing I don't want to give you this and then you blow yourself up, you know.
that would be bad.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Don't want to do that now. Don't want to do that.
I tell you what scared me. If you don't really know what you're doing, you got the head and the tails, and then you got the heart. The heart is the stuff you drink. The heads will make you go blind. You know, it's like ethanol. And it's like, I don't know enough about it. I'm not going there. I'd have to be with somebody that really knows what they're doing, you know.
Yeah, if you're not used to tasting that stuff, you don't want to drink the heads or tails.
No.
I think JD knows. I think JD knows what's going on with this. I think JD would be the man.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, what I know is from a channel called Still It, and he just describes if you don't know what you're doing, dump it in distilled water.
Yeah,
so you can actually taste what you need without getting the negative effects of drinking your booze.
Yeah, that was enough to scare me, man. Like, I ain't making that stuff. I'll just keep buying it.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I've got walking distance to go buy a good bottle of bourbon. You know?
Yeah.
just go get it, Lewis.
Yeah. I mean,
what's
I want to make my own. You know, that'd be awesome. But But if it's safer to just go there and just buy it, I mean, I'm just gonna do that. You know.
Yeah.
It's not safer or cheaper to make your own. It is a hobby to make your own.
Yeah, and that's what I hear, man. It's very risky. Like, if you don't know what the hell you're doing, I mean, you can really hurt yourself or even kill yourself.
Or go blind. You have to leave.
And shit that's in there.
Hey, just search "Steels blowing up" in YouTube.
Oh God, yeah, that really would scare me. I've had to see.
I'm gonna head out and call tonight.
Yeah, I'm about ready to too.
I'm getting ready to wrap it up as well, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing up tonight, though, Rusty. Thank you, man.
All right, have a good night, everybody.
All right, man.
Good chat with y'all.
Yep, good night.
Oh yeah, it was a good show tonight, Lewis.
Yeah, man. I had fun. I always have fun with these things.
Yeah, it's always fun hanging out.
T-shirts, but I'll get that.
You can get around to it next week.
I'll get it done. I'll promote it more this week.
There you go.
What I will do. Let's see here. Oh my goodness, this is just. I'm gonna have to rewatch this. Bearded Italian was in there first. So Bearded Italian gets one. Bearded Italian, email me. Tell me your size. Russ, you get one. You're on my panel. JD Bourbon, you get one too. Steven, you get one too. You guys, we were all chilling.
What sizes are they?
Oh, dude, I've got 2X, I've got extra large, I've got 3X.
I'm a 2X, just so you know.
You're a 2X? All right, I got two.
Hopefully that changes in the next few months.
It looks like JD and Steven are probably extra large. I know that they're small, but I mean that's the smallest ones that I have.
Hey, Lewis. So I'm more like child size. Think about 8th grade child size.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that, man. But, they didn't send me the small ones because they'd ask me, it's like, well, it's funny because like, what size is your follower? And I said, well, just give me some from X large and up. How about that? Because I mean, it's kind of a safe thing, That's kind of a safe thing.
I hope.
Wife can wear that as a nightrobe. That'll work.
I hope in about 6 months I'm back down to a large after hitting this gym, but I gotta lose some weight.
Man,
man.
Congratulations on it. I'm doing the same thing you are, Russ. Man, I'm checking.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Heck yeah.
You got the forearms though, man. Look at your forearms.
Oh, I'm sore, man. I worked my chest out the other day.
I eat like a starving hostage, and still don't weigh but $120. I mean, what the hell? Come on.
That's what Derek is. That's my oldest son. He weighs, I don't know what Derek weighs, probably about 140 pounds, I would guess, but he's short and he ain't got a stitch of fat on him,
Yeah, that's a light right there.
Eat like a starving hostage.
I think that's probably what JD's BBQ and bourbon weighs. He's probably $150, $160. Am I right?
How tall are you?
I just got back up to 180.
Oh, you're up in the 180s.
Yeah, you look like you got some height to you. Tall people, maybe they can be thin and weigh 250 pounds.
Put that weight out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not that tall. I'm just 6 foot even.
Man,
Do what?
what's your weight, man? Are you rocking 160, 150?
Yeah, I'm rocking about 120.
Oh, 120?
Wow, you are small. Dang, I ain't seen 120 since I was 12 years old.
That's what I'm saying.
I think I was in fifth grade.
I weighed 226 pounds when I went to the gym. They did that thing I had to stand on for my weight and body to fat thing. I said, do we have to? But anyway, I weighed 226, which is less than what I thought I'd weigh. But I should be, if I work out, I can get back down to a 32 waist and look good with really minimal fat at 190 if I'm working out. If I'm not working out, 160 is like top weight for me, you know.
Oh, correct.
But
how tall are you, Russ?
80.
I used to be 5'8", but when I had surgery, I was like 5'6", 6.5. I've lost a few inches or
JD,
inch and a half.
About 6 foot, right? 5'10", 6 foot.
Yeah, 6 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about me and Russ about the same height.
Yeah, you shrink the older you get too. My dad, he used to be 6 foot tall, and when he passed away, I was looking down at his eyes. I mean, he lost a lot, but he was probably humped over a little bit too. I don't remember.
I outgrew my dad. My dad's like tiny compared to like my height. Like,
how tall are you, Lewis?
I'm probably 5'9", 5'10" on a good night. You know.
Okay, that's about what I would think. Yeah.
Hey, well, Lewis, if this makes any sense, you know, and hindsight, I'm 6'3" and 275.
Yeah. Wow. So I'm rocking 235, 240. You know, but I've been on a diet. I've been cutting my carbs. You know, I'm trying to get back down to that 200-pound mark. You know.
Yeah.
I was 285 not 11 months ago, so you can do it, man.
How much? 285.
285 a year ago.
Oh, a year ago.
Wow.
I thought you said a month ago. I was like, holy crap.
BBQ was rocking 285.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, dude, at 6 foot, 285.
Yep. I was
Yeah.
small.
Did you do that keto?
You played for, man?
I just hated food for about 10 months.
Yeah, that's pro football size right there.
I was not pro football muscle though.
I got you. Man, that's awesome, dude. Wow, good for you, dude.
Yeah. That's
Heck
one
yeah.
thing I don't hate is food. I promise you. I need all I can get. It's a curse, y'all. It's a curse to be this damn small and eat like I eat. I should be 420.
What do you do for a living?
Brisket or pork butt much because no one eats it.
Yeah.
Do what, Russ?
What do you do for a living?
Sit on my butt.
Oh,
Good gracious! I'd be the size of a house, man. Which I do sit on my butt too, unless I'm filming videos or whatever. But I'm getting ready to change. Oh, I've already started. I'm sore as I can be right now. So next week I'll do a little bit more. I'm breaking into it slow so I can walk, but
yeah, but no, seriously, I'm manager at a UPS store. So I'm gonna feed all day, but I'm hyper. I've always been very, very hyper.
Yeah, your metabolism is probably really.
It's ridiculous. And it's ridiculous. And I'm taking thyroid medicine and all that crap too, just kind of calm it down. Nah, no,
wide open
all the time.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing, man. It's good for your health. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, that's good. That's good. You got to be on your feet as much as you can. I'm a project manager. I'm a project manager for an electric motor company. That's what I do. So, like, I'm on my workstation. Like, I'm on a computer and I'm sitting on my ass all day long. If I'm not in the office, I'm right here where you see me sitting on my ass doing my job.
Well, see, before
80% of the time, that's what I do. I sit right here where you see me, but I'm doing my job right here where you see me.
Yeah. And before that, my true profession is agricultural engineer. So I like Lewis said, I'm still sitting on my ass, going out in the field, looking at fields and stuff like that, walking around, running around.
That's exercise, though. When I was a foreman out there at Ingalls, I did a lot of walking, but I also sit behind a computer half the time because I had to progress all the work that was being done from my crew. But since I've been retired for 2 years, holy crap, man. I just haven't been moving, so I'm changing that. I went out there today and put that base on that smoker, and I was soaking wet with sweat in no time. It's like, I didn't complain. I mean, I need to do that. I need to move. I need,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Damn, Quint, he's down 35 pounds since May.
Man, I thumbed up him. He just dropped 35 pounds. Like, that's what my goal is right now. Dropping 35, 40 pounds.
Yeah, 35, 40. That's what I need to lose.
Well, how about it?
That's where I really feel good.
Yeah, me too.
Well, how about if y'all drop it? Can I pick it up?
It's
really?
Use it. I found it.
Yeah, I mean it. I got it.
Hey, that's one hell of a loss. How did you do that? Just cleaned up your diet? Was it exercise or was it just diet, JD?
Who, me?
Oh. Yeah.
I just got sick of food and not being embarrassed to be in front of cameras and everything else.
So you cleaned up your diet a little bit and was like, hey, you know what? Done. I gotta freaking look slimmer in front of the camera.
That's really what's motivating me. Yeah. Two things motivating me to go back to the gym: health being number one. But number two, I look at like my buddies like Greg Mervich, and man, he's fit as a fiddle, and he's been retired for 7, 8 years, but he's very active, and I think he goes to gym and has all these years. Yeah. And I just need a better camera presence. I don't want to have to show myself from here up. I'd like to show my whole body, but I don't want to.
Yeah, that's kind of like me. That's what motivated me to lose the carbs, the weight that I've been carrying, because as you all know, Real Life Perspective of myself, we've been filming those Real BBQ adventures. And one that got me was the one that released this month, was the Halloween special. It was the filming locations of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But if you see me in that, I saw myself in that episode. And it was like, oh my God, I'm such a fat ass.
That's me, man.
I saw myself and I was like, dude, I'm a fat ass watching this episode. And I'm like, all right, it is what it is. It's published. It's going to be out there forever. And
yeah.
Well,
I know season 2 comes around and I'm not going to look anything like that. You know?
Sure.
Well, and y'all say that in the same sense. That I guess that's why I'm kind of scared to start doing videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because what's one thing everybody says? Don't trust a skinny cook. I'm serious.
I have heard that here.
But I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
Yeah, but once you start doing what you do,
Yeah.
and if you're good at it, they're gonna know it's gonna shine through. That's like Greg. He ain't fat at all, but man, he does outstanding cooks and videos. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Quint's saying he can't drink any alcohol anymore, so definitely had to plan.
Oh, I've cut way back on this, man.
Oh, plus he cleaned up his diet.
Yeah.
Quint, I did not know that you could not drink any more alcohol. Wow, I'm far behind, guys.
Yeah, there you go.
I
Just
don't
learn
know
good
if
eating
these live
habits.
videos do, or any of these conversations you do during the week. The only time I have to do this kind of stuff is Saturday nights. It's always been Saturday nights for me. And
Yeah.
that's it. And it's very rare that I'll be able to jump on somebody's live, like on Tuesday night. Like I jumped on Al's a couple of times in the past. But yeah, I guess I'm far behind on that. Quint's saying he can't drink alcohol anymore. Wow.
Yeah, he's been going through some stuff.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. It's
Well,
all
hopefully
any
no
alcohol.
liver issues or anything like that.
No, I don't know what the issue is, but I just know he's, I'm not going to say anymore. That, it's up to him,
Oh yeah, no, for sure. That's very awesome that he dropped 35 pounds just by cutting alcohol and cleaning up his diet a little bit.
Right, and that's all you got to do.
Great, man. 35 pounds on that frame is very noticeable. You know what I mean? Your face gets,
Yeah.
It's very noticeable. 35 pounds.
I'm going to tell you.
My wife, it's like, I'm going to lose weight. I'm like, well, what the hell? And I was like, well, dude, you look skinnier. I mean, what's going on? And I keep telling her, it's like, look, you lose inches before you start losing pounds. You know what I mean? That's the real deal. Like,
that's all I want to do is lose inches.
Pounds.
Yeah. When I used to be a gym rat 12 years ago, I could show you some pictures. Let me show you a picture. It would blow your mind what I looked like a decade ago.
Yeah.
When about the time I started my YouTube channel, and I don't want to really look like that anymore. Well, this is what I looked like back in them days. All right.
Let me blow you up.
Now where my
big beefy Russ.
Yeah, big ass chest, no belly. Now the chest is the belly looks like the chest nowadays, and the chest is all deflated. But I ate everything I wanted to. But I moved, I exercised, I could eat anything. I eat pizza, I eat whatever. I didn't watch carbs. You need carbs if you're gonna work out that hard.
Oh yeah.
If you really take it serious. But I've always been able to do that. So I am eating healthier as far as fruits and stuff. I haven't been eating enough of them. I've slowed way down the beer, but I'll never quit because I like beer. But I don't have to drink a 12-pack a night. I can drink 2 or 3 a night and be just fine.
Yeah. Russ, the beer things is gotta have is a Southern thing. It's instilled in us.
Oh yeah. Well, my dad raised me up in a chain link and wood fence company, and we worked our asses off. I'm talking about digging post holes, mixing concrete by hand, rolling wheelbarrows, filling it up.
Yeah.
All that heavy stuff we lifted. We were all country strong. But
all day, every day.
When I was about 16, 17, I started hitting weights and did it really for years, and I didn't get this sorry until about 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's like
when I sit on my butt.
I grew up on a farm, and when I was a kid, I was like 8 years old, and I broke my neck. We used to go we used to go and swim in a creek, right? All day long, we would just hang out in the creek back in the 80s. I was a kid, and we were diving through an inner tube into the creek, right? And like everybody was scared. Like they would start to dive, but then at the end, they would just like spread out and just land on the tube. And I was like, "Hey, get out the way!" I remember I was just a ballsy little kid, and I was like, I dove through it head first, but my dumb ass hit the bottom of that creek bed.
Oh crap!
And so, like, as soon as my head hit that, like I remember thinking, as little as I was, hey, something's wrong. Like that did not feel right.
This ain't right.
Sharp pain in my neck. So like I floated up like this, right? Leaning to one side, and I kind of just like dog paddled to the bank, and I kind of lifted myself up, and I was like, okay, hold on. Tried to straighten myself up, and I couldn't. It was pain like you wouldn't believe. And so like, long story short, I had to walk up to the house like this, because this is the only position that it didn't hurt my neck. So I'm walking like this, crying the whole way home. And man, sure enough, like as soon as I got up there, like an hour later, I was a full-blown fever. We were out in the country. My dad was working, so like I had to stay there all day long. We didn't have neighbors until my dad got home to get my ass to the emergency.
Oh crap!
We didn't even have a phone. We didn't even have a home phone. So I was in and out, pain, and so they finally took me to the hospital. I had a full-blown fever. I had a broken neck, broke my shit, and that was the worst summer that I ever experienced, because that whole summer I had to wear a neck brace, and so like it was like this, right? And so like I remember when it finally came to the point, because kids, they heal pretty quick, right? But the whole summer I was like that. But when it finally came to the point when it was time to take it off, I would tell you something, and this is the weirdest thing, the weirdest feeling. They would take it off, and I couldn't hold my head up, dude. My head would just start falling back. There was nothing I could do. There was nothing I could do to hold it up. All the muscles were gone.
Yeah.
My mom
the atrophy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, like, my dad, what he did was he started putting all these stones, all this dirt, and rocks in his wheelbarrow, because we used to dig out the creek that he used to swim in, and
later, Quint.
And we used to fill up these wheelbarrows and just wheel them up. And so like that's what I did that whole summer, man. Like I'm wheeling dirt and it got these traps like really, really big. And I was finally able to hold my big head up, but eventually.
Well, have you had any issues throughout the years?
Yeah, it was like I would say like 6 years back. It was like 6 or 7 years back. I remember waking up one morning and I felt really stiff around my neck area, Stephen, around my neck area. And it hurt. It hurt really bad. And so I ended up going to the chiropractor, and he kind of cracked me, moved me around and stuff like that. And he knew my history, right? But it took a couple of days for it to go away, and it was the same pain that I remembered as a kid, about 7 years back.
Oh crap!
It was horrible. It was just inflamed in there, Yeah, it was no good. I could have been paralyzed. Like I could have been like in a wheelchair or worse.
Or worse. Neck injuries, man. There's been some people broke their neck. All right, my wife is calling for help. She's here, so I got to exit. Later, guys.
Hey, take care, Russ.
All right, later.
Yeah, later, Russ.
All right, dude.
Lewis,
I appreciate you for jumping on tonight, buddy. Go ahead, Stephen. What?
I'll piece a piece out too. I got the I gotta go.
Yeah, I do too.
It's 11:15 or 11:13 on the East Coast.
Yeah, it's 10:13 here, so I got to bounce too.
Yeah.
So,
and Jordan, as always, Lewis. Yeah. JD, good chatting with you, brother.
Good chatting with you, Stephen.
Y'all have a good evening.
All right, take care, Stephen, man. We'll talk to you later. JD, man, do you want to plug anything? Do you want to talk about anything? Anything coming up? Any cooks coming up?
No, just the have eggnog coming up this week, hopefully.
Which one? Eggnog? Is that what you said?
Eggnog. Yep, I've done my own eggnog for a couple years now.
Oh, nice, dude. I'm interested in that. Like, I'll watch that.
I'm trying to make it a more informational than my normal videos of how to instead of.
Well, you're doing pretty good as far as like putting information out there. Like, you do better than I do, because the way I do mine is I watch mine and I just commentate my own, and I'm just like, I don't know what the hell I'm saying. It's one cut. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll edit the video, but then like when it's me commentating, that's just one cut, man. You know what I mean? I'm just like, okay, let me hurry up and finish this. And then I'm talking
I have AI in my ear going, do not do this video like this again, constantly. So I'm like, just try to do different things, trying to figure out what people watch.
Yeah, dude, it's
SEO says I need to do.
There's all kinds of different things that interest different viewers. Like you said, eggnog. I love eggnog. Like, I'm a big fan of eggnog. Like, I go to the liquor store over here every like. As a matter of fact, that reminded me to do that this week. There's this Pennsylvania brand eggnog. That's the perfect mix that they sell over here at this liquor stores. It's Pennsylvania something. And dude, I buy it by like 3 or 4 bottles, you know, because it's so delicious, so good. But I'm all
easy. It's just eggs, heavy whipping cream, bourbon, rum. That's all you need.
Yeah, I know
It's
my
expensive.
mom makes some really, really good stuff, and I like the way that my mom makes it, and it's warm whenever I drink it there, you know, at mom's. But like this stuff, I can drink it really cold, and it's like so good. I'm like, oh man, this is so good. So yeah, man, I can't wait to see that video, man. That's cool. Are you gonna drop that here within the next couple of weeks?
I'm hoping to have it completed by Wednesday, my normal drop day.
Oh, okay. So you're already working on it.
Yeah, it's brewed, recorded, all that.
Nice, man.
I got it aged already.
Yeah.
Recorded and everything, so people should be able to get theirs made in time.
That's
by
awesome.
The holidays.
That's awesome, and it's right on time for the holidays too, man. So I'm excited to see that. Man. I cannot wait to see that. That's gonna be pretty damn good, because I'm a big fan of eggnog, and I really am. So I can't wait to see that. I'm gonna have to try it, man. So with that being said, guys, that's it, man. That's it for tonight. I went over like an hour that I wanted to stay on, but it was a good conversation tonight, man. I learned a lot from you guys, from JD, from Russ, from Rusty. It was a good time. Steven, man, I learned a lot tonight, guys. That's what these lives are all about, man. Let's learn from each other, you know, learn on these different things. But yeah, man, I think that's it. I think that's a wrap. I am about to wrap this one up. Anything else, JD, that you want to plug?
Nope, I think you got it.
All right, JD, man. Well, I appreciate you jumping on tonight, buddy. Thank you for jumping on the live panel tonight.
Thanks for having me.
It's really cool, and I really enjoy it. I really like your new logo that you came up with, man. That thing's badass, man. It really is. I saw it like today. Like, oh wow, dude, he came up with a new logo. That thing's awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, man. So take care, man. I hope to see you next time.
Yeah.
All right, JD. Take care, brother. That was JD from JD's BBQ and Bourbon. He was here tonight on the Trumpetmaster77 show. That's the one right there. Pennsylvania Dutch Eggnog. That's the one that I like to stock up on the first week of November, because if you don't get it right then, you're not gonna get it for the year. And you gotta keep contact with your local liquor stores, at least here anyway, because that used to be my secret, but I guess the secret like escaped, and like everybody knows about that shit now around here. So like I gotta get super sneaky. So I gotta contact Maria to stock me like a case of that shit, you know? That's some really, really good stuff. Take care, Steven. NBL. Chuco. Yes, yes. Everybody loves bourbon. Can't wait to see JD's recipe that he's gonna be doing. He is going to be doing a eggnog video, so I cannot wait to see that. He does his own, and can't wait to see the video. I'm going to take a crack at it, doing it myself too. But with that being said, guys, I gotta go. I gotta let you all go. Hope y'all had a good time tonight, man. I had a good time. I don't want to be lame and boring, so I'm gonna bounce out of here, and this stupid thing. I don't know who's got Max, but it updated and now it does all this crazy shit. It's pretty funny. But y'all take care, guys. I want to go ahead and get out of here. Let's go and find this brand. And with that being said, you guys, y'all take care, man. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me Saturday night. Halloween weekend. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.
Well, I hang my head on a New York City rooftop, body letting go of skin.